And hello, Wastelanders, and welcome to Fallout Cold Front, a modifius Fallout 2D20 campaign about this group of not ruffians, they're all fine people, I'm sure, trying to freeze the wasteland for its good. Well, the Midwestern wasteland, that is, because they care about it and they want crops to grow, and you gotta freeze everything. Freeze your veggies? I don't know.
We don't want it to melt like a popsicle. That's the long and short of it.
Right. That
Not to
is
get too
the goal.
scientific here.
Where's the stick?
So, Rachel, would you mind summarizing what happened last episode?
Yeah, these two doofuses were on a plane, and then that plane got hijacked. And so this
Then
one
we
came up
unhijacked it.
with the bright idea of being like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. And then, as usually happens when requests of that nature come up, combat broke out. And these two analysts were getting beat up until I got in the little simulator thing and was like, I'm going to pilot this remotely. And then we shook everyone around like popcorn. And then...
That actually worked. I can't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, all down to you guys for, like, strapping in. Otherwise, I would have killed you guys, too. But the plane landed. And the guys inside, we tried to, like, gas them, but it didn't work. And so they shot out our laser defense system, which I'm still salty about 2 weeks later. And then Elder Ziskello was like, hey, it's okay. We'll talk about it. We'll have peace. And we were like, fine. And so... Then we got out there, and everyone started shooting at the president. So we all went back indoors instead. Yep. And I was like, hey, Ziskello, we got a nuke. And he was like, you wouldn't. And I was like, try me.
I forgot about the nuke bluff.
And Wold learned about normal human aging.
Oh,
He had that whole bit about, like, don't humans just live until 30? And Nick was like, no, where are you from?
Canada. Yeah.
But he upgraded Margie's leg.
And
Singular, I think?
Tabs a mask?
Maybe plural.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Tabs
is
is
that
a
a
mask.
mask?
Yep, they bonded. Tabs and Wold bonded.
And then unbonded.
As
Yes.
soon as Tabs realized he was incompatible
19?
romantically.
10 years younger than me? Yeah, a little weird.
Yep.
I'm not a cougar.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm a two-headed falcon.
And then Pip talked about his dreams, that he doesn't have any. I think that's the long and short of what happened last session.
Does Pip dream of electric sheep?
Yes.
He does.
I'm sure. I programmed that in as a little reference.
Fun. Yeah, that is fair. That is like Julian. I believe the note we ended on
It was the nuke
frustrating
note.
one. Was it the nuke note?
That
or
was the last thing we did.
Oh, okay. Well, back on the Vertibird, Wold essentially had the remaining Brotherhood members in the Vertibird. I guess apprehended would be the word. They all surrendered. They put down their arms. You would
They
see...
put down our arms.
well, theirs and yours. They had a mix. They did put down your arm, a rocket launcher. That was all that they had from your guys' equipment with them, though, I think. You would see Enclave personnel and Air Force personnel making their way toward the Vertibird to essentially capture these prisoners. Because Wold is not here, I'm just going to say that Wold is essentially just corralling these Brotherhood members, making sure they're pat down. Is there anything you guys want to do specifically with the prisoners? You would see them all being escorted out. I'm going to say that the Enclave, we'll say Alice is going to be the person patting them down. Okay. And you would see them just single file, hands behind their head. Right now there's enough guards that they don't have them bound, but they certainly will be bound and put in the same cage that the former president and the former Wilson are in. Or Willie. Anyways, is there anything you guys want to do specifically with the prisoners? The artillery has stopped. The rockets have stopped firing. It's eerily silent right now.
It sounds like the real priority is the laser defense system that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, correct. That is down on one specific side. It looks to be the northern side. Okay, you're going to go fix it. So you're going to go to the top of Excelsior where it is, or to defense. Go ahead and do a quick perception energy weapons check, please.
Cool.
Difficulty of 1. I'll give you a chance to get some action points.
Oddly enough, that's straight up nothing. It's a 17 and an
Whoa.
18. My
Okay.
score is literally a 15 on this, too.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably have to take a closer look at it to see how much repair needs to be done.
Okay. I'll ask Pip if he's got time to diagnose what's going on there.
It's not there. It's
I know
everywhere.
that. Okay.
It got hit by a rocket. It went boom.
Can you make a list of components we would need to fix it?
Well, let me take a look. There would actually be a little bit of information on that on Excelsior, which he now has a backup on.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Hive mind?
Well, I mean,
You know I love hive minds. But no.
there's probably enough components if you're able to scrap enough laser rifles or just other existing laser equipment, but building something that big, it's probably the size of this room. It's a big thing. Again, it's supposed to move incredibly fast. Probably building something like that would take at least 2 weeks with a good team, or a pre-war factory or something like that. I don't think it's something that we can just cobble together, unfortunately.
All right. Can you send my father blueprints if you have them and a list of materials he might need? He can at least start gathering the right people.
Sure thing. Speaking of your father, he would actually be approaching you right now, eyeing the prisoners and making sure that everything has been going okay with that. Oh, you just sent me something. What?
For the laser
Oh.
defense system. You're probably going to want to get working on that.
Yes, I'd say so.
Let us know how we can help.
Well, about that, the president was hoping to speak to all the remaining cabinet members, which is me, your mother, and, well, you. Wow.
We're the only ones left.
Well, yeah, it's not like we have a reason for the Secretary of Agriculture or Secretary of Energy to be here, right?
I suppose
We've got
not.
defense, science, and state. All necessary.
Little family reunion.
Maybe we shouldn't tell the wasteland that we're all related. That might not be the most beneficial image.
Let's go see what he wants.
All right. And Nick would invite the rest of you all, wherever you are, unless you have some business to take care of. Do.
Healing myself.
Yes, please. Go for it. You can heal yourself with your own skill.
Eat a
I'll say
hamburger,
normally
Jerry.
the first aid check for others is 2, but because it's yourself, I will say increase the difficulty by 1. But it is a fixed amount you will heal by. So difficulty of 3.
Rerolling one.
Wait, do you have the what is it? The medic perk?
Mhm.
And that decreases the difficulty, right?
No, lets me reroll one.
Still useful though. Not bad.
3.
3 successes. All right, you heal
Hey.
what 6
Yep.
HP, whatever your medicine is.
Yep.
Congratulations.
I am almost halfway full.
It's better
Good
than
idea
3.
to do that though. You are also welcome to heal anyone else in the party. I won't limit you to. You can't heal yourself like 3 times.
Yeah. Does
but-
anybody need healing?
A little bit.
Bit. Okay, Margie, come here.
Yes. Difficulty at 2.
Oh,
Medic perk.
Do you need help?
2.
Okay.
That'll cut it. 6 HP. Use your medic. Good job.
Now I'm over half.
That's all we needed.
14 though.
Ooh.
So it's not great.
Must go to treat them.
Hennig is also. I'll just assume. I'm going to say he's at full HP for now.
Okay.
Yep. He probably took a few bruises in the fall. Excelsior, that is. But I'm sure that you've tended to him. So there's not going to be combat erupting too soon, as far as I can tell. We'll see. So I don't really feel the need to necessarily keep track of that. He'll have some chance to heal before next combat, hopefully. So, are you all accompanying Julian to this official super duper meeting?
super duper duper meeting.
After recovering our arms.
Weapons? Yeah. They'd all be on the top floor of the vertibird, which is clear now.
I need to booby trap this thing.
The vertibird?
No, the missile launcher.
You could do that. Put a unsafety on it. Or you could just make it not arm the missiles so that they just come out and go whoosh and just bounce off everything if you don't do the right thing.
What
Be
happened?
kind of comical. Or it just goes boom and just falls to the ground.
Yep.
Anyways, you would see this meeting would be held probably in the hangar. Elaine would prefer to be outside watching the rest of everything that's going on. But given that the president was just injured in the last artillery salvo, they're holding it inside.
How you feeling, Martin?
I'm feeling purple. I mean, fine. I'm doing good.
Dad drug you up?
Yes, but that's probably just a concussion.
Does the president need medical attention?
You know what? I'm not going to say no to that. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thank you, Gerald.
You're welcome. That's 3. Do I get an
It's
action
short for
point?
Gerald.
Yes, you get an
Jeremiah.
action point.
Oh, wait, no, never mind.
What?
I thought I had one earlier because that was such a no-brainer check, and then I realized, no, I just failed.
Oh, what did you roll on that check?
17 and an 18.
Ooh.
So
Yeah,
not
that's
possible to succeed.
Yes, not possible whatsoever. All right.
They're still sitting there as a monument.
I should shame them.
Yeah, you should.
Shame.
Is that a thing from somewhere?
No.
Okay. Well,
You were just
bravo.
on the same word. It was like a Ted Lasso Coach Beard situation.
Bravo. Wow, clown to clown communication.
Yes.
Bravo. Well, do you all hear that?
No.
The dishwasher?
No, this is the president.
No, you might have
I thought you meant
tinnitus.
real life for a minute.
What? No. Is it the concussion or is there? Can someone explain the joke to me? Not the doctor. What?
Is there actual sound?
Martin. No. It's a sort of rhetorical speech device. Nothing's happening right now. There's no explosions, no artillery. Nothing.
I may have made contact with Ziska.
I mean, it's your job. What'd you say to him?
I told him there's a nuclear warhead underneath this facility, and if he shoots too close with anything too big, it might cause problems for everyone involved.
Well done. That's a page right out of my book. Very good. Well,
Should buy us a little peace and quiet.
and I think that's exactly what we need. We don't have the manpower to escape this siege, nor is that the ideal right now. Obviously, if we did so, we would have to cut our losses with Excelsior, and while I'm prepared for that eventuality, I don't want to angle for it.
Do you have a better idea?
Well, it's your idea from earlier. Wrangle your Polis contacts to get us some help out of this thing.
I could think of some people who would like the Brotherhood dead.
And that's what we need right now.
If you are willing to go there, we could also possibly get the mob on our side.
And that's what I was thinking.
I mean, we did cultivate that relationship for a reason.
I mean, they're not going to be... Barnes isn't going to be happy about what happened to his brother.
No, but we can use that. He's going to want to strike back at the Brotherhood, and frankly, we could use that kind of a distraction right now. That might be just the thing we need. Well,
That comes with some problems. We're going to need to be able to reach them first.
absolutely. That's why I think we need to leave. This delegation right here, and me. I don't like the idea of abandoning things, but it's not like I'm adding anything to the discussion right now being here. I think the Enclave is at a long string of presidents that just hunker down in an oil rig in in a bunker, in a computer modem. If you're going to get help and try to turn people outside of the Brotherhood to our side, I think they need to see that I'm not just some disembodied voice on the radio. And not just some shadow figure working behind the curtain. That being said, I'm totally game for working behind the curtain, too. That's my job.
If you want to go public, there's ways we can do that.
I think it's about time for that. We might have to have that branding discussion that the Colonel recommended. But I don't want to spare anyone of use. Anyone Enclave security personnel. You all know this wasteland better than any of the rest of us do, so what do you all think about...
Being a sort of escort for you.
Yes. Excuse me, miss, who are you? He says to Marion, who is also in this group.
She's with me.
Oh. Okay, how long have you been here? I would say about the last couple hours or so. Nothing too surprising. Okay, Julian, is she just like
you were asking about my Polis contacts. There you go. Marion Bowden.
Wow.
Mr. President, not to rain on your parade or anything, but how are we going to get out of here? The vertibird is kind of a little beat up from the last couple of hours.
Well, it's beat up, but...
What's to stop the Brotherhood from shooting us down?
It's a good question. As far as I see it, a distraction is our only bet. Right now, the Brotherhood has resumed its jamming. Elaine, you have more on this, right? Do you mind leading this idea? This was yours, after all. Yes, sir, Mr. President. So, the electronic warfare unit that the Brotherhood has here, and was here before we even landed, has resumed their jamming. Evidently, they went offline during our little ceasefire, possibly as just a time to recalibrate. Excelsior isn't able to make any communications anymore, and of course, neither are we. A diversion is most likely the best idea we have here, but it could also serve a practical purpose. We've located where that unit is. It's outside of range of the laser array, unfortunately, even before their latest strike. But I think that a team could be able to make it there and destroy it. Give us a chance to communicate with you all.
That's suicide.
Well,
You know that's suicide.
yes, I do. But I don't see any other offer on the table right now. This is a bit of a Hail Mary already.
They're afraid of the nuke?
Yes.
We use that.
How so?
Card it out with your team. They shoot too close, you set it off.
What nuke
Could
are you
use
talking about?
some
The mini nuke?
workshopping. Whatever one is left of the two that we had before.
It's the mini nuke.
Do we have any way of jamming their radar?
Unfortunately not. Apparently Excelsior had that kind of equipment, but it's gotten a little shaken up since the fall.
Can we
They could repair it, but it might take time. The Brotherhood's equipment is able to function right now. The only reason I'm recommending taking out that electronic warfare unit is because it's more than just jamming. They've got radar as well, and that would definitely aid them in shooting us down.
Don't suppose it'd be easier to just take the rocket launcher and take care of that from a distance.
Oh, absolutely. That's what that attack would be. I'm not suggesting they walk up right next to the darn thing and put a time bomb on it.
Could we use the mini nuke?
Yes, but doesn't that defeat the bluff that we have? Well, it's not a real nuke. Julian, did you give the impression that we have a full-size nuke similar to the one that Jane deployed on them earlier? Or
I told them we had a nuclear device. They asked for specifications, and I said that was classified. They may have inferred that.
Right. I think if we use the mini nuke, they're going to assume that that's what you were referring to.
I see your point, but a frontal assault isn't going to do anyone any good. It's just going to get you killed and lose the Enclave a lot of ground.
I didn't say it was me. Agent St. Jean has volunteered. And there's another possible option. Wilson Steeples has been rather belligerent lately, and not at us. He is, his words, not mine, but he doesn't want to just sit here while these tin cans are harassing us. He'd rather contribute something than be just a criminal sitting in a cage. It's a risk, of course.
And you trust him?
No. Well, I don't trust him as a soldier under my command, but I trust him to want to kill Brotherhood Knights. So the question is, do we want to unleash something that might save us here but could be a problem later on? Or, to be perfectly honest with you, pick a less skilled option? Or is there an alternative?
Honestly, if we're gonna make someone die, it might as well be him.
And I'm sure he'd rather go out fighting for the Enclave than sitting around while we're starved to death.
That's assuming they try to take him out. It could be a valuable source of intel if they just take him captive instead.
You think that's what they're angling for?
I don't know, but it's the most dangerous option on the table for us right now. You taught me to think 3 steps ahead. That's what I'm doing.
He's not going to talk to the Brotherhood. That's another one of those things that I trust.
If we wanted to get him back afterwards, we do have 4 prisoners now.
That's a good point. That is a little bit of an upper hand, and that is something we could try and yield here. It's certainly the below-the-belt option, but hypothetically, we could use some of them as human shields.
I mean, what they did was already pretty below the belt.
I'd agree.
And yet we're trying to convince the Wasteland we're better than them.
Oh, we don't need to use them as human shields, but using steeples.
That's what he wants. It's not like we're pressing him into service.
And then we can buy him back with a prisoner exchange if necessary.
Right.
You're sure he wouldn't crack?
I'm positive. He would crack if it was, well, President Adlerman that was heading the Brotherhood, but it's the Brotherhood.
Right.
He probably hates them more than he hates ghouls. And that's a hate we can probably bet on. Nick, would we have to take the bomb collar off? Does that have a risk of being set off by fire? A hostile fire? No. It has to be virtually armed first before it can be detonated, even by, well, if someone hits him with an explosion, yes, that'll detonate it, but...
I think an explosion would probably already do it.
Right. Of course, we could also outfit him in power armor, and that would make him even survive an explosion. The collar would be underneath the armor. Do you think it's worth giving him a bonus in the form of power armor? Or do you think that's too much of a risk?
Power armor might make stealth more difficult.
I mean,
Wilson
make sure he
Steeples
gets
does not
there.
do stealth. That's Barry's specialty. But I don't think stealth is an option here. We're completely surrounded. They have sentries all around the perimeter. It's too many chances to fail. If we were in a more agile battlefield, I might consider it. But we're surrounded.
If we wanted to move a little faster, we could give him power armor and a snowmobile.
Now that's an idea.
I'm
Strike
willing
quick.
to trust his hatred for them. If you are.
If he needs any chems,
That might also give him a serious aid in this.
You can't kill me. I'm high.
You think it would be worth giving him the REV and C-24? Or do you think that's giving him too many bonuses in this
where are we going to get it?
circumstance? What do you mean? There's plenty of laboratory up there, isn't there?
I mean, it took us years to get what we had. I don't know if I can craft overnight.
You've crafted some C24 overnight. And you
Would
cure the
you-
REV overnight, right?
Would
Yeah,
you want
but
to,
make-
Doctor?
To breed a new virus, that would take time.
That's assuming there are no existing variants of the FEV here. We came prepared.
I'll see what I can do.
Do you think that's the wisest idea?
Maybe we give him regular chems and not go all the way.
Chem Psycho.
I was thinking Fury or something along those lines.
Fury's not a bad idea, but not the best for ranged combat if we're giving him a rocket launcher. Which, as far as I can see, aside from this little hiccup, we have other rocket launchers, so you keep your own. You might need it to protect the president. Wouldn't suggest using it near him, though, of course. Thank you, Madam Secretary. Well, using Steeple sounds like as good as an option as we have right now. But before we proceed, Julian, are you confident we can get at least some help?
I am.
How confident are you we can get substantial help to eliminate the Brotherhood entirely?
I'm confident about Barnes, and I'm confident about the mob. I think I'm prepared to get Polis help. I
All
can't
right.
say for certain, but I'm fairly sure.
Okay. Good.
Especially if I tell Odysseus it's you asking, Mr. President.
Odysseus. Ugh.
You'll get used to it.
Well, as long as I get to meet the man. Maybe I can just call him Nobody.
Or
You didn't choose a gender-specific name from mythology?
why would we? It's more about connotations.
Well, I just... Besides the point, we can talk about the philosophy of code names later. But for now, it sounds like we have a plan. Dr. Fletcher, do you think you could cook up just a few chems
What do you
to
want?
make Wilson? Good question. Definitely regular Psycho would cut it. It adds +2 combat die to any check you make.
Not Psycho Jet or anything like that.
Jet would be a good idea as well.
I could do Psycho Jet.
Oh. Yeah, fair enough. We've got some Addictol here at the base, so if he gets addicted, we'll just figure that out. Have you ever made X-Cell before?
A long time ago.
Well, that works in every situation. Well, I didn't think we would be resting on a trader, some drugs, and a snowmobile to get us out of this situation. Sorry, chems!
Some chems in a snowmobile roll up into a bar.
This is like the plot of Cocaine Bear.
I forgot about that movie. And,
Yep.
But where's the
glad I
bear?
did.
Steeples is the
Steeples
bear.
is the bear.
Steeples bear cannon.
Yeah. Don't read into that. Okay. All right. Well, I guess the only thing that remains is Margie. How was flying? Obviously, there were some obstacles in doing so. But how was the whole process?
It was okay.
Okay. Margie, we need to bet a little bit more on just okay. Can you tell me that you can fly that thing?
I had a little trouble taking off.
You'll have a better co-pilot this time.
All right. That I can trust. Good. Well, let's get to work. I need to go find a giant flag pin.
You'll do fine.
And this meeting would disband. Go team!
3, 2, 1.
E. All right.
The Brotherhood's like, we can't sleep. And they're like, why? Listen to what's happening out here.
Psychological warfare right there.
Literally, before we left to come here,
The mosquito
my
video.
car was on empty, and I was like, Josh, we need to go to the gas station. The car's
in
on.
front of them over and over and over again.
We just surround ourselves with white curtains. They're like, what are you doing? We start like projecting the mosquito video, and they're like, I can't even
It's
look in your
everywhere.
direction.
It's so uncomfortable. Why is it so long? All right, so you all have just a little bit of breath of fresh air before you actually embark on this mission. I would say, for the sake of logistics and time, you can get Stables the snowmobile. You can get him power armor. Enclave will handle that.
I'd like to check with him if there's anything else he needs. Steeples,
Yeah,
we're going with your plan.
good.
What do you need to give him hell?
You have a phased plasma rifle in the 40-watt range.
Do we?
Yeah, sure.
Get you that? That it?
I heard something about a rocket launcher.
Oh yeah, you're getting one of those.
Good. XO1 power armor.
You got it.
Instead of a last meal, he gets last weapons.
You're no good to us dead.
So we'll give you chems too.
Good. Now listen.
We go to our prisoners and we're like, you want a gun? You want chems? What do you
As
want?
far as I can see this right now, you all are responsible for getting us into this mess. But I'm gonna get you out of it.
This was the president's plan that we are going along with.
President. I'm not here to split hairs. I'm here to kill Brotherhood members. And I'm gonna do just that. But just know, I'm pulling your butts out of the fire. Start pulling your length of the rope.
Came here to split hairs and kill Brotherhood members, and I'm bald.
I can promise you we will.
Say that again.
I can promise you we will.
All right. Don't let this go up in flames. And he's gonna shake your hand. And somebody get me some grenades. All right.
Only here
Chemistry.
would there be a prisoner
So-
who you're actively imprisoning. And we're like, you want a gun? You want chems? You want power armor? You want
Here's
anything?"
the
He's like,
thing.
Grenades.
For the sake of time, I will allow you to make one chem for every person that's helping. You may lead every check, but essentially bringing in more people to help you is just going to really cut down on the time. You've got Nick by default.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to help Jerry make chems for Wilson Steeples right
Is
now?
it science?
How
Is
many
this
do you
science?
Well, help.
As many as we can get.
need? Sure, I'll help.
He
Okay.
doesn't. He doesn't
Is
need
it tagged?
because it's gonna be one fight, so we don't need that much psycho. So just giving him extra jet so that he can just get extra action points would
Yeah.
be good.
Yes.
And then anything extra we can keep for ourselves probably. I'm gonna use an action point.
Aren't
He
you
also
just
has a
doing
power
one?
armor module that
What?
can automatically
One
inject
I always forget.
chems as an additional a free minor action
I've never
every
actually
turn
gotten away with
to
it, but I always
take
forget
chems.
Would be nice. You're like, I got 3
Okay.
successes, and
So
All right,
that's-
what are you
didn't. How did
crafting
do
first? So each of these has a different complexity. You said Psychojet was something you wanted to make?
Psycho jet to start off with, so that'll be like first injection because the Psycho jet should last throughout combat for the Psycho benefit.
Yeah.
And then after that, he can just inject himself with extra jet for the extra action points.
Okay, so you're starting with Psychojet.
Yeah.
I will say the baseline for crafting a just regular run-of-the-mill chem, like Psycho or Jet, is going to be 2. And for every higher complexity, it's going to increase the difficulty by 1. So I will say Psychojet is going to be a difficulty of 3 check.
Easy.
I will allow one person to assist on this check. There's
Nick.
4 of you total.
I want Nick.
Okay, Nick is
He
assisting.
chose against us both.
There, buddy.
I don't know what
Oh,
to do
boy.
with this.
That is just 1 success.
That's 3 from Jerry.
Be very glad he has 10 intelligence
You
and
should
6 in
have got
science. That was a
Okay.
15.
What's yours?
Do we get an action
10,
point for
6.
that?
Oh, you got 3 successes?
Mhm.
Yeah,
9, 4.
1 action point.
Okay.
9, 4.
All right.
Still pretty
You
good.
got Psycho Jet.
Yep. All
What's
right.
next? Jet.
Jet.
All right. Does everybody help with this one, or is it just one person?
Just 1 person, but I will say only 1 person can assist
Okay.
per
Okay.
So Nick can't go. Again.
Margie.
I've been chosen.
You've been
You're making
chosen.
What are you making?
You're not last on the playground.
Jet.
Jet. Difficulty at 2.
Oh, that's definitely cocked.
That's as cocked as it can be.
Yes, it is.
No, it could be a chicken.
That's 1 success.
That's
a
4
liquid
from
fork.
Jerry, so 5 successes.
5 successes.
Holy
All right.
moly.
Dang,
Get
Jerry.
3 action points.
This is what the character's built for.
Yeah.
I'm built for drugs.
All right, and
I'm glad to see a use for it now.
Jules.
What are you
video.
making?
Jet.
More jet.
It's like that video of the guy being
Come on.
like,
5.
guess where the square goes? That's right,
Jerry.
the square hole. No, where does the semicircle go?
That's right.
right,
The square hole.
Except the square hole is chems.
How are we gonna get out of this situation?
Okay, well, the action point pool is full now.
Useful. All right.
Love that.
Now the last one to make, I believe, is Excel. Correct.
Excel, yes.
Everyone has helped out.
Jerry will do it by himself.
Okay. Difficulty is 4 for Excel. It is one of the most complicated chems in the game.
He's got this.
Easy.
What's
Are you using an action point? It allows you to re-roll 1d20 for every check in the next minute. Oh wait, no, it gives you it gives you 1 free action point. You essentially roll 3d20 for every check.
Halfway through
For a
making chems, Jerry is going to remember, oh yeah, I should be wearing a lab coat for this. This is kind of messy. And he's going to put his lab coat on before he does the
Thank
last
you
one.
for saying that. I appreciate that. Okay.
You haven't even been needing it.
Nope. And I don't need it now. It's
You need 4.
6 successes.
6 successes. All right. Fill the action point pool again.
Okay.
Wow. So what are you keeping for yourself, and what are you giving to
I'll keep
Wilson?
I'll keep 1 dose of Jet, and I'll give him the rest.
Okay. So he has
doesn't need it.
Psychojet, Jet, and Excel.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Don't want him to overdose on the Jet, so I'll take some.
Jerry.
Well, it just takes some of that jet off your hands. You don't need it all.
This batch came out especially good. I think I'll just keep this amount.
You're never supposed to get high off your own supply.
I'm not.
Yet.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right. So you give him the chems. You did good.
I know.
This is going to be helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Air Force. I need that jetpack. As he points to just an Air Force member in power armor.
You're going to be on a snowmobile.
And if I need to get off the snowmobile?
I figured you'd use the 2 legs that whatever deity you believe in gave you.
You
Was
shouldn't.
Palmbeck Conservatory some, like, cult or something?
Listen,
what do you mean
it's-
deity?
Listen,
Was it
is
called?
flying under the influence the best idea?
You believed in
When the influence is Psychojet. Yeah. I'd say.
It's the next
And
step
Jet
up in
and
the
Excel.
evolution.
Listen, I'm gonna be taking a lot of fire. If I need to be more mobile, if the dinky snowmobile I have gives out, I want to have it.
Well, that's your call, Jules. I don't care either way.
2 different cults that made their own.
Ma'am, do I need to give up my jetpack?
He's got some.
If he needs it, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, here you go, sir.
This man's gonna just block away afterwards.
Let me show you how it's done.
Have you ever flown before?
No.
Leave
I've
that
done
as
simulations.
a last resort then.
That's right. As I just told your doctor friend here, I'm only gonna do it if the snowmobile gets taken out. I
All
need
right.
as much mobility as I can possibly get.
He is
I
one.
can see the
last
reasoning
missile.
behind that.
Say that again?
I can see the reasoning behind that. That's fine.
It's a loose cannon.
All right.
How
Okay.
hard could it be?
He is ready to go.
I give you the signal.
Are we supposed to be getting on the vertibird?
Yes.
All right. Elaine will handle the signal.
Okay.
Essentially, they're not just going to send him out. They're going to, have their sentries around the perimeter start firing. They have a few mortars, just small artillery to just start attacking on all sides, so that it's a distraction for the distraction. Oh, sorry. Did you want to give him the signal?
No, I just want to make sure everyone's safe.
Yeah. Oh, it's very much so a just start shooting from the perimeter so that people think that an attack is coming.
All
It's
right.
a ruse. It's a ruse for the ruse for you guys. Ruse
Triple
Onion.
ruse.
Yep.
Ruse Onion.
Band name. Yep. All right. Any final
That
business
wasn't
at
that
Sawyer Air Force
Yeah.
Base before you all depart?
Should we be bringing someone from Excelsior with us?
That's an option.
It's probably wise.
What are they for?
Representation.
All the talking and convincing that we don't want to do.
So we should take the Vault Tech member. Who's probably got
Probably.
the best charisma score.
We should probably ask Turk if it would be okay for us to take. I'm sorry, her name is Marie.
Her first name?
Yeah.
She's never given it.
Oh, what's your last name?
Turk.
No, not
the,
Turk.
The Vault Tech, the HR person.
Sorry, Susanna Russo.
Oh,
So
okay.
They're gonna be like, yes, take her. We explicitly don't like her. Take her away.
They would say, yeah, please.
And she has authority to speak for you?
No.
Okay, that's kind of the point of this.
Just tell her when she does.
She's not a military spokesperson. But I guess I see we don't really have the ability to afford one of those right now. So, fair enough. She's a spokesperson for Excelsior. But just don't,
Don't let her talk.
not what I meant.
point of
She
her.
can talk, but just don't take everything that she says as law.
Got it.
But she's been through the same rigmarole that the rest of us have been through. So, in that regard, she represents us.
All right.
If she starts trying to sell you something, though, maybe then shut her up.
Did you say shut her up or shoot her up?
Doctor.
No, I misheard.
Whichever one is required for the situation.
Colonel.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make light of bleak circumstances.
All right, sure.
I thought it was funny.
Good. Good to see some of you still have a sense of humor.
Jerry's like, jokes about killing women? I love those.
He is very much so just the Fallout character. I love dark humor. Okay. I think that was kind of funny in the circumstance. But, yeah, you would find Susanna Russo probably pacing around the vault all alone. Maybe at the Gauss lighter just with the robo bartender.
Russo.
Huh? Oh! Well, hello.
All right.
I'm doing fine. As best as I can, you know.
I understand. Not sure how much you've heard. We're taking the vertibird and we're getting out of here. Sending a team
You're
to
leaving?
rally the forces.
Oh, you're getting help.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's going to require someone from us and someone from Excelsior to talk, to tell people about what's going on.
You're picking me? I mean, I was just a human resources manager.
Human
with Turk about
resources
it.
are just what the circumstances call for.
Oh, wow, I've trained for this.
There's
Okay,
a seat on the plane if you want it.
I'm in. You all gave me closure for what happened to my coworkers, so you've got my help.
All right. Wheels up in 5.
What does that mean?
Means the plane's taking off in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll be right down. Let me pack my stuff.
While we're getting ready, Jerry's gonna take Frankie's stuff, and he's also gonna take the flower that he gave him in his lapel, and he's gonna like wrap that up and keep that.
That's so sweet.
He's got
That
use
is
for it
kind.
later.
The flower?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to tell Forsyth that we're leaving. Because I don't want someone else to stumble in and be like, what's
Yeah.
going on here?
Yeah, so you find the specific room in the Vault-Tec quarters.
And knock, and
Oh.
I'd use the code word. Hello. Forsyth, I need to get out of here. There's a plan to rally some additional support. Fight the Brotherhood.
Is it Enclave support?
Support of some allies.
Oh. Good.
I just wanted you to know that probably the next person to open this door isn't going to be me. Doesn't mean they're going to be hostile either.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Don't shoot anyone unless they... You know who's in the Enclave.
I mean, are there more people than the ones that I've met on this station? The ones that came up here in the
You know
vertibird?
what? Listen, I'll transfer you our personnel database.
Oh, okay. That would be wonderful. Thank you. Oh,
Bit
this
of
is
a
great.
bit of a friend foe.
Oh, perfect.
Just know that you can't be captured with that information.
I can just wipe it.
Good.
Also, I have 3 laser guns with me right now.
I think she'll be fine.
You're getting help?
We're getting help.
You'll probably need this more than I do. And she would give you Frankie's laser pistol.
Yes.
I'll let you divvy that up if you really want it. Go for it, but there you go. I felt bad for taking it.
I'm glad.
I
it's
know
back in
Nathaniel
our
wants to
hands.
see that thing in use, so there you go.
Forsyth doesn't need 3 anyway.
Yes, she has 2 in her hands.
Yeah.
So,
She's like, I can't even use 3 at once. I don't know why I have them.
yep.
It just makes me feel a little safer.
I understand that, Forsyth. I understand. All right. Any other business to take care of before you fly?
I'm
All
probably
right.
better say goodbye to my family, but that doesn't have to be on screen.
Aren't your family
Yeah.
coming with?
No,
Just
just
Martin.
Martin.
Just your brother-in-law.
So I guess I just have to tell my
In-laws.
parents goodbye.
Yep. So when he said, I want to say goodbye to my family, he doesn't count. In-law.
I just said goodbye to all of my family, all of my loved ones. He's like, okay.
It's like, I get it.
I was literally in your dream town with you. Come on, man.
Yeah, but you bailed, so I started not caring.
All right.
What you get from being Flake, Martin.
Is Margie driving?
Am I driving?
Yep. But Julian is your co-pilot.
Cue letters to Cleo.
Julian, take the wheel.
Oh, what? You
It's
went
got
for
a-
that instead of co-pilot?
What, is there a song called Co-Pilot?
For letters to Cleo?
I don't,
Oh, okay, fine. I'm gonna send it to you.
do I look like that one guy from Parks and Rec? I don't listen to Letters to Cleo.
I've never played co-pilot for you.
Maybe you have, I don't know.
Oh
Not
my
sure.
Margie
goodness.
custom crafted a bumper sticker that says Julian is my co-pilot, and everyone thinks it's a joke, but it's so literal.
It's literal.
What does it mean?
My other car is a weather van. It's true.
Oh, that's funny. Why did you have that joke? It's not a joke.
Joke. It's a fact.
Her bumper stickers are just random facts about her life.
I almost said honk if you love ghouls, but. All right.
Honk if you love jam.
All right. Margie, go ahead and roll a perception pilot check. Difficulty of 3.
Oh, can I help?
Yes.
Cool.
Do better than I did.
Hey, we got these.
You could have said that before.
They're sitting
Forgot
right
we had
here.
those.
2 successes. How many did you roll?
1.
Perfect. You were forgetting that one dial that tells the engines to actually rotate.
Margie,
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, thank you.
Look
Yeah.
at it, don't worry.
Julian's definitely doing most of the work this time. But hey, it actually takes off.
I'm explaining it while it's happening
Yes.
in very technical terms, so she can understand
Just-
what's going on.
So
Margie's just used to hit the gas, and now she's dealing with turn this now, click that lever, and she's like, you gas it. No, you need to turn that first. Okay, you turn that and you gas it. It's like, no, you need to flip that first.
the attack would begin before you all take off, just so that people aren't focused on you. If you're the first thing, everyone's got eyes on you, and then they miss the second thing. So you would see Enclave personnel that you would probably all know them by name. Julian, know them all by name. Start firing on the perimeter, mostly as a show of force. And you'd see Wilson Steeples outfitted with a laser rifle, a plasma rifle, a rocket launcher, XO1 power armor, snowmobile, jetpack, lots of chems. Just start moving towards a snowbank that is right on the edge of the perimeter. You would see him.
He's about to go crazy.
He's gonna excel that one. There we go. Okay. you would see him just speed towards that snowbank and slide right up it on the snowmobile. And just as he's nearing the apex, you see the jetpack actually kick in. So he just goes
It's like last resort.
first resort. Yes, he was lying.
We all knew.
And you see him launch into the fray of the Brotherhood lines. This is your cue for you to take off, and you do so, as you just described. As you all would ascend in the Boxbird, you would see Brotherhood artillery silent, holding out, perhaps because of the nuke threat. But you do see Brotherhood laser and gunfire towards the sentries. Nothing seems to be hitting. This is, well, not really in advance.
Marion?
They're gonna be okay, Julian.
Now would be a good time for a prayer if you got a mind for it.
Already did. You're doing the right thing.
We'll see. No more. Do that one.
You would both see on the cockpit dash a notification of missile lock. Something is locking onto you.
Uh-oh.
You would see on the radar that is on the dash. Sorry, HUD. It's not a car, it's a plane.
Put my feet up on the dashboard on my jet.
You need to use the yaw pedal.
Do we have flares?
Y'all.
What's that?
We have flares on
You
board?
sure do, but you would see very quickly that radar signature disappeared. Congratulations, because you all refined the efficiency of the laser defense array. It is able to target these missiles just as soon as they launch. Good job. 2 would be launched, and both would be shot down almost immediately. You're welcome.
You did a good job.
Thanks, Pep.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's good to do something useful.
Don't let it go to your head.
You know, I have you on my radar.
It's okay if it goes to your head a little bit.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Jerry.
Don't listen to him. Is he
Okay,
your father?
Pip's just like, I could laser you out of the sky. It's time for
Alright.
some independence.
I hate you, Mom.
I'm going into my teenage, like... I forgot the word. I can't do words today.
Angst.
Angst phase.
Angst phase, yes.
All right. So, as you all are flying, Julian,
Yes.
technically Marion too, you would receive essentially a ping from, the Oracle, essentially saying that you have a message. The Oracle is also a glorified, what's it called? Voicemail system. Essentially just allowing people to say, hey, I don't have someone on the horn right now, but I want to leave a message to them. Can you continuously broadcast that you have one available? And
Probably
Listen,
DTL.
we're a bunch of nerds making things sound cooler than they are.
It's probably just DTL.
The great prophet.
I'm gonna
You have a
check it.
voicemail. Imagine you walk into the cave and you're like, Oracle, do you have anything to tell me?
4
Yeah.
unread messages.
Yeah.
the interesting thing to note about this is the Oracle is still a radio. You all are clear of the jamming right now. You have enough distance between yourself and the Brotherhood unit.
You
Or
went out of service for a minute. you
Wilson
got
was
4
successful.
Messages.
it's hard to tell from up here. You would have both received a message that was actually to all Midwestern operatives. That would include you, but Julian, you would receive a personal message that just says it's from Sisyphus, and of course it's all in text. It would start with a series of coordinates: 43 degrees latitude, negative 87 degrees longitude. So, after that, it just says, DEFCON 0 level event. It's a trap. But don't worry, I sprung the trap. Fine now, as long as I don't move much. Please help. I don't care what you're doing. Uh-oh. It's beeping. And it cuts out after the I in beeping.
Oh no!
The note
It's like,
to all
nothing to
Midwestern
worry
operatives
about,
would
I'm
just
about to
say
die.
Sisyphus requesting support and then the coordinates.
This might be a problem.
Well, that certainly sounds like Sisyphus, I'd say. Good to know she hasn't changed.
I sent her after a lead. Your lead, actually.
Oh.
Whatever she found there doesn't sound good.
What's going on?
I'd show him the message.
Yes,
Who's this? What were they
lead?
doing? What?
Do you want to explain it?
You know better, probably.
Is it Margie's dad?
Margie, it's your lead. What's going on? This is Marion.
It's River Thatcher has
Who?
River Thatcher.
Who is he?
He's just some guy. He's kind of a part of an organization. They all kind of got split up, and then I found one. He told me about the others, and then I kind of have the power armor of another one. Anyway, he thinks he might know who my dad is, and they're trying to deal with nuclear weapons.
That's why I thought Polis might be
So-
interested.
Sisyphus just said DEFCON level 0 event.
And it's beeping.
What's
Oh boy.
DEFCON 0? Is that good?
It's an old reference to a system from before the war about whether nuclear war would happen. Ideally, the world is at DEFCON 6, which just means everything's safe and there's no threat of that. DEFCON 5 is getting more cautious.
So 0's bad.
0 means war has already begun, but I don't think Sisyphus necessarily knows that.
She's never really much for the pre-war history.
You might have that a little wrong, considering she was in it.
Oh, is she?
She's a ghoul. You don't know
This
that.
is info you need to tell me about
You
my
haven't
own
interacted with
NPCs.
Sisyphus. Yeah, sorry.
Hey, I would have met her at PolisCon.
She's like,
Okay, that's
life
fair.
is something that just is never ending, and you keep having to drink water and all this stuff, and I don't even get to die at the end of it. That's how she got her code name. She's like, there is no end goal.
That's probably part of it. She has suffered through a lot.
So sorry. I wouldn't have said that. I would have known that.
Would you have?
Yeah, I met her at PolisCon. I met everyone at PolisCon. It's not a lot of us.
But would she have
Maybe
been?
she didn't make it for some reason. She had a commitment involving a
got
rock
sick.
and a hill.
Some ghouls wear masks so you don't know they're ghouls.
I think you're overgeneralizing your own situation onto other people, and maybe you should get that checked.
I've
Just
met
start
like
calling this party the projectionists.
I've met like 2 other ghouls, and 50% of them also hid their appearance.
But
It
that's
is
just because
everyone.
you and Jacob have a mask thing.
Yes.
Just
All
saying.
right.
I mean, that's true.
Hold on. Did I just hear the words nuclear and DEFCON 0?
This was a separate thing that's quickly becoming not a separate thing.
Can we stop to help on the way?
The coordinates would be actually due south of you all in Lake Erie. Wait, sorry. Hold
How
on.
is that south? We're not in Canada.
Huh? You're in the Upper Peninsula.
Be southeast though.
Yes, correct.
I say this as someone who's looked south at Canada. No, wait.
Oh, sorry.
Looked-
Wait. It's Lake
Looked
Michigan.
north at the United States from Canada. So I
It's in
should
Lake
have known.
Michigan. I got my Great Lake.
Because there's
wrong.
like a place where the border goes whoop.
No, I was like,
And so you can look from Canada north into the U.S.
It
which
would
is
of course
just
be
silly.
rather close to Sheboygan, but in the
Sheboygan.
ocean. Sheboygan.
We going to Sheboygans?
I mean, our next step is rallying support, right? That's going to take time for Polis at least. It might not take time for the mob. We can call them now.
Well,
And then
hold on.
maybe-
What exactly is our location right now, Julian? Do you need to be anywhere in particular to
Oh, no.
get this organized?
That's fine. I can do it from here.
Great. Well, maybe we could get on that while a couple of you all decide to stop and deal
Yeah,
with this
they might.
nuclear situation.
It might be best with the mob if we did that in person.
I'm not sure we've got that luxury.
Well, I mean, we're flying to Chicago. That is on the way as best as can be. And nuclear weapons could give us a much more substantial leg up on the Brotherhood. Not saying we use them, of course.
Barnes would probably be more receptive to any offers we have if we show the courtesy of telling him his brother is dead in person.
Do you think he works like that? He seemed like more of a pragmatist from what I remember.
No, but the mob works like that. They respect that kind of gesture.
All right.
From what I know
I
about
mean,
them, that
I'll
would
do
work.
it, and they don't like me, but
No,
I'll do it.
I mean that's fine. I don't know how long they can hold out.
I might not recommend that one, Dr. Fletcher, solely because they put a bounty on you last time I was aware. I think they took it off, but
I know.
normally this is the kind of job you'd send Frankie on. Are you sure you can talk your way into showing your face around there again?
I think I can just because of what's happened with his brother.
I'll come with you,
All right.
and if you see any troubles, I'll just keep going.
Um,
I'll be your backup.
Not a bad
honestly,
idea.
if things went south, it'd probably be best if just one of us got captured or killed than two.
I don't think that's on the table.
Well, it's your call. Well,
Believe me,
actually
I don't
yours,
wanna-
Mr. President.
Not this one. This is a personal matter relating to Frankie. Honestly, if you're asking for my opinion, I think all of you should go. Barnes saw you all together, working together. Except maybe Wold, but I don't know.
I don't
Hey,
think
I'm
he's
right
going
here.
to want to leave our side anyway.
Say that again?
He's not going to want to leave our side anyway.
Wold?
He might respect that we still have a ghoul with us.
If that'll get you past the front door, then sure. But I think just the gesture of the group Frankie was traveling with all going together. That might reinforce the idea that you're there to talk and not to blow up their chem lab, Dr. Fletcher.
Hey, Julian.
Yeah.
The folder I gave you with Frankie's pictures in it, with his picture in it,
Yeah.
the one with him and Barnes,
The drawing, you mean?
the drawing, that might be something that we could give to Barnes.
I think that's a good idea.
Sounds like you
but
have this
I
handled.
don't know if we can wait that long. I mean, our people down there aren't going to be able to hold out forever. Sentimentality aside, we might need to tell them now.
The mob? How about we get other ties started first? You put
Polis
this
is
thing
going to take some
Polis.
time. I mean, we need to conduct a vote, and obviously Sisyphus is a little busy.
Regardless, the mob is going to take time to mobilize and get anyone up there anyway.
Not if we... I could probably call in a favor with Horus. Get them transport.
Wait, Horus is an Egyptian god. What's the consistency here?
That's his actual name.
Horace?
What's his...
Horus. Sorry.
What's his,
pronounced Horus?
his...
Valinsky? Last name?
No, his code name.
Phaethon.
Phaethon. I just know him personally, so
I
I...
thought it was Horace.
Horus. Horus.
Well, the god, but the name Horus.
Right, no,
Horace.
he right. It's
It
it's
is-
not pronounced. No, that's Horus.
Yeah.
It's pronounced Horace, not Horace. I've never heard anyone pronounce it Horace. I don't think so.
Maybe it's just because I've only ever read it and never actually.
There's
had it.
Horatio.
Things,
Like,
yeah.
'cause, like
Oh,
in Harry
right.
Potter, there's like Horace Slughorn, but I always read it as Horace Slughorn.
It's
Man.
just, yeah,
Horus.
some things if you
But-
just don't
I
How come
hear
you
never
didn't
them,
have a
met
spell
a
that
person
changed
real.
your last name?
Yeah.
Man, that's what I cracked.
It's
there.
called marriage.
Julian,
I
if we
now
start with
cast wedding.
if we start with the mob, do it in person, that will increase the likelihood of him siding with us. And then, while we're waiting for a relief force to go and, relieve the rest of the enclave up in Wisconsin or the Upper Peninsula, we can send the rest of the mob.
We can send who? We've
Well-
got no one right now, Doctor.
We
I
could
know.
split up.
We could split up, but also we could get the mob to maybe attack the Brotherhood in other areas further down south, try to take pressure off the siege up the north.
That's kind of what I had in mind.
That still requires us to contact the mob first. I'm just saying, if we take the time to fly over there and go tell them first, it's going to buy the Brotherhood time to do whatever they want to the people still on the ground.
Just
They're
drop,
not doing anything. They bought your nuke bluff.
just drop me off. It'll take 3-4 hours.
Martin's right. We all need to be there for this. If only so you don't get shot down before you enter the door.
Just so you all have a clear picture of things, we are in an aircraft right now. It's going to slim things down to, let's see, Chicago to those coordinates would probably be only an hour time. I do think it sounds like there is a literal ticking time bomb on your contact with nuclear weapons, apparently. The mob might be able to wait an hour. But if not, you could split up. Margie, you said this was your lead, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you could go with Tabitha and Marion, and then the rest of you all could go to Chicago.
It's not like I would be much help with that situation.
A doctor is helpful in every situation, I'd say, but
Where am I going?
not the argument.
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan.
Well, I'll leave it up to you, though. I don't want to butt in too much on a personal matter. Although I am very interested in nuclear weapons, but that's all I'll say.
Because of the time sensitivity, it might be best if we split up.
We're doing a school.
Right, but you're not the
Let's split
only
up.
member of the team that Barnes knows is going to be going. At least bring Tabitha with you.
I'll go wherever I'm needed.
I like the cut of your jib, Tabitha.
We're about
Like
to
the
cut her
what?
jib in two, so she can go both places.
I know, it should be useful in both. That's the problem.
We need 2 jibs.
Who's the kid of my gym? And I
We
was like,
clone
working out.
tabs.
There we go.
Nick's back in the Sawyer.
Dang it, Nick.
unfortunately. Yeah.
Just give me the picture and I'll be fine.
You're gonna go to the mob by yourself?
Well,
I
it sounds
could
like...
join you. Barnes knows me.
Who's this? The president?
Yeah. If anyone sounds like this is the president. Only other person here is Marion.
That might not be a good idea with... I don't know, send the president by himself without anyone to protect him. I'm gonna be
that's
going
fair.
unarmed.
That's
One small problem. Margie's the pilot. So we'd probably have to go to the mob first, which would cost precious time in the
I
lake.
could get us there. I would rather be there to figure out what's going on with Sisyphus, but if another pilot's needed to make this both happen, I can do that.
I can fly, says Marion.
she is a surprise.
When'd you learn to do that?
Brotherhood base, actually. It's a long story.
One that you're going to need to tell me when we're not in a crunch.
No. It was just Alaska. Nothing too fancy.
Alaska?
Fake Alaska.
You've heard of baked Alaska. Now you're ready for fake Alaska.
Well, we don't have time for campfire stories now.
But you owe me later.
Well, if we go rescue Sisyphus, she'll owe you a vote. And that might be more powerful than owing someone a story.
I can have both.
Your vote? So what's the plan here?
I'll go to Chicago.
You're going to
Anybody who
Chicago.
wants to go can go, but just know that I don't feel like it's necessary.
Where should Wold go? I'll leave that one up to you so I can pin the blame on you guys.
Yep, that's fair. Okay,
It's-
Margie has to go to the. Let's
Sheboygan?
out game this for a second.
Yeah,
Margie,
yeah.
Margie has to go on Team Sheboygan.
Team
Jerry has to
Sheboygan.
go on Team Mob.
So,
So we've
where's
got our
Julie?
heads of
Wold-
teams.
That's
Wold
what I'm
would
trying to figure out
probably
by
go
process of
better.
elimination.
Yeah, and
Wold
the
would probably
tabs
be more useful
also.
in Sheboygan.
I
Because
have
also,
to agree.
Because
Yeah.
also the
The
mob,
mob
doesn't know him. So, he
So
wouldn't
if
do
we
any
send
help.
Wold with you, then I think we have to send Tabs with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then is
To, like, kind of-
Julian going on either? Or
Because
staying
Marion
behind?
has to go with the mob.
Marion.
for
Or
the
Julian
flight.
could be the pilot.
Oh,
Julian
that's
could be
true.
the pilot just as easily.
So are
So-
you going with? Where are you going? And then Marion goes the other place.
I would, you know what? If Tabs is with Jerry, I'm fine
Okay.
with not going to the mob
Okay.
because I wanted at least one other original party member to be there, but Tabs would fill that gap.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be better since I sent Sisyphus into this situation for
That's
me to be
true.
the one in your group.
It's
That
our
checks out.
contacts that are
Yeah.
there, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll
then
go
maybe
with
we send Marion to
Chicago.
help you guys, and then
Sheboygan.
I'd say President goes with them.
No,
Instead
our
of-
president stays on the vertibird.
Well, yes, I mean, yeah, but like
On
does
the
not
vertibird.
go with
He
us.
stays on the vertibird, which is going over there, rather than being in the nuke threat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably a good
We don't
idea.
need to blow up the president.
Russo
very nearly
similarly
had that
probably
happen.
stays on the vertibird.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's the plan. So we talk that out in character.
Yes, it is. No one wants to roleplay logistics. So, you're going to Chicago first, then to Sheboygan?
Which is faster?
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan's on the way.
Sheboygan, Chicago.
Okay.
Marion can drop us off in Chicago.
Sheboygan in Chicago. Alliteration. Cursed alliteration.
Yeah, a little bit.
SH and CH.
Oh.
Cursed alliteration.
Oh, I love the Midwest. All right. So, when I'm saying Sheboygan, I technically do mean Lake Michigan. It is, the coordinates you received are in the lake.
Because it's technically a downed submarine.
Correct. That's not on land. Because
If it
of the
wasn't, it'd be
weather,
weird.
Lake Michigan has completely frozen over, at least for at least a couple feet of the top layer. So
We'll
you're
go
mostly
ice
just seeing-
fishing for nukes.
Yeah. So as you all are approaching this area, you would see a single icebreaker that has gone through the ice and is at the coordinates that you're looking for. Right now, you've got a bit of a bird's eye view of it, so I would like 1 or 2 people to do a perception check about this boat.
Okay.
We can do 2?
Everyone looks at tabs.
Or are we doing 2 people? Are we
Yes.
allowed to?
Do it.
Then I'll do it.
I said 1 or 2.
Mine's not as good as Tabs, but
But it's your moment
not
to
bad.
shine, Margie girl.
no, it's not. It's not. I did not get a success.
Oh.
I think that's just 2.
But
Minus 1
Increase.
difficulty.
2 minus 1.
bingo, 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 bingo.
Bingo. What's his name?
Yeah. Tabs, you would see no one is on deck. The ship is idle. It's not going anywhere.
No one's on deck and the ship is idle.
Yep. And I'd say that's about as much as you can see from this point of view.
That's about as much as I can see from this point.
Thanks for the play-by there, Tabitha.
I like to think that Tabitha's inner voice is just Spencer
No!
That's pretty good.
narrating her life.
How many bullets do you have? Oh, man. Okay. So what's the plan here? Are we gonna land on... Actually, sorry, Marion would probably ask this. So are we planning on landing or doing like a rappel drop?
I think a rappel drop's probably a better idea.
For the one of you in power armor, something tells me that...
2 in power armor.
Okay, wait. Who's going...
Oh, Wold.
Oh yeah. Wold has power armor.
Wold
right,
and
that's
Margie
fair.
Wait.
and Jules. And Jules is not
What would
above being
happen-
like superhero carried
Yeah,
by Margie.
what would happen if we just like whoop and jump?
You'd be fine. You might cause
Nice.
some damage to the boat, though. But at the right altitude, it wouldn't be bad.
Okay. So can I like get the ship low and just kind of hovering
Yeah.
where it's not going to be too much of a problem?
Marion would also assist. I'm gonna say to get to a good altitude, it's gonna be partial successes. However, successes you roll will decrease the difficulty for the jump check from 4. 4 is gonna be the base, but however successes you get here are going to decrease that.
Okay.
Marion will assist. Success.
2 successes.
Okay, so that's turning that down to a 1. You all are practically on the deck. You pilot it probably to the, the aft of the ship, just to go to the front. the ramp would lower, and you all wouldn't. Yeah, you're still gonna need to take that agility, athletics check. That would be everyone. You could possibly make it easier by Would or Margie holding on to Julian.
Yeah. I'll like.
Oh, come on, you
allow
can get
Jules
on my
to-
shoulder. It would be fine.
Is he a Russian?
Thanks. She's
He's
gonna be
always
like
been
hugging
Russian.
Margie.
Who's he Russian? Wold?
Well, he's Canadian,
It's
but
like
I've kind
when
of
you're,
viewed his
like
accent as
outside
Russian.
and
thought it was
somebody's like,
a
"You could hang
French
on to me. That's
accent.
fine." You're like, "Actually, I'm."
It's a Wold accent.
I'm
He's not.
taken.
He's not from Quebec.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, he's from the Yukon
Actually,
territory.
I've got a boyfriend. Think so.
It is the accent that changes.
I have a genderless figure in power armor, so
Honestly, in 200
Bright
years, we'd
purple
all have
power.
a
Alright.
weird accent.
Go ahead and roll
200
an
years, we probably
agility
all have weird
athletics
accents.
check.
That's true.
Difficulty of 1.
be warned, my agility's 5, and I don't have
Essentially,
athletics.
I have the wisdom.
You wait. Oh no, you rolled.
I should have taken an action point now that.
I will
was-
allow you 1 action point if you
Okay.
want to roll.
Okay.
I tried to warn you.
I know, and I realized as I was throwing them, I was like, "Oh shoot,
That's what
I know what
she
you're gonna say." Whoa!
What you got?
It like rolled this way and then rolled back to a 1.
A 1? Critical success? Okay.
Uncanny.
Any complications?
No.
Okay. That is get 1 action point back. Alright, Wold is gonna roll. Do.
That die
He's
really
not
wanted it.
messed up.
It's like,
Okay.
yeah, you want to succeed with this.
That is a
That one.
success from him. I'm not sure if it's a critical. I don't know if he has athletics tagged, but I don't believe he does. But he is still going to succeed. You all land on the deck, and you would hear Marion on the PA system of the vertebrate just say, "Happy hunting."
Keep them safe, yeah?
No promises. And the ramp would raise.
All right. Can I reach Sisyphus with the radio?
As you
Assume
raise,
This is underwater.
As you raise your arm, you would hear thump. Another person land behind you.
Whomst?
You would see the Assaultron, who identified himself as Lythos, drop from the wing.
Is that the one who was like, I see the sky?
Yep.
Do you know what's happening here?
Astrology girly.
I'm afraid not.
Oh.
Pay no attention to me.
Why are you here? Do you know?
I do. I just worry about upsetting you.
Say it anyway.
I'm here to help.
In what way?
To say hello to an old friend.
Who?
And maybe provide healing if necessary. He holds out a giant bag full of stim packs.
Who's the old friend?
No. Holiday.
Oh.
I also owe him an apology. But pretend I am not here.
There's a lot to unpack there.
What?
There's a lot to unpack there. Tell us about Holiday. And I'm going to start walking to try to search the ship.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wold would be just standing like this on the deck.
Hold on, why?
I have stepped on a landmine.
Oh.
Oh!
Can I go help?
It says more clay on it.
We
Why?
should have brought Marianne.
What's happening with the landmine?
Wold has stepped on a landmine. And has not stepped off it, and that's how landmines are triggered, is actually when you raise the leg.
So, how do we? I'm gonna get a 1,000-pound little baggie,
You look at
Do
Indiana
the-
Jones.
No.
which did not work in the movie.
Yeah.
Is there a
Don't
way
do
to
that.
disarm it? Can I just see
Yes.
if there's a way to disarm it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception explosive
One
check.
time Jerry would have been
To disarm it or to figure it out?
Figure it out first.
Okay. I was going to say.
Scary
I'm making some action points.
Hold on, I can blow you up.
1.
Jerry has a 6 in
One success.
Yeah, so we could like.
It's hard to see
Involved it.
because Wolf's foot is so big. He's covering the mine. No, there is a way.
Well, do you know what the way is?
It's connected to a larger system. It is in the... over there, I think.
Where's he pointing?
Over towards essentially the cargo bay of this icebreaker. There's just a little... Oh, I don't remember the nautical term for it, but essentially a hatch that would open up and cranes can lower things into
Oh,
yeah.
that thing.
Yeah, that thing.
You gonna have to stay here until we do that, or
You just see him crouch down. I will not move my leg.
all right? Watch where you step, Margie. She's like,
Are there more landmines just around? Or did he step on the only one?
Roll another perception check
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, please.
That'd be so funny.
Look
It's
for
like,
landmines.
so there was one
I'm down
landmine
here
on the
looking
ship.
for
I did
No.
step on
No.
it.
Difficulty of
Come on.
2.
She's coming.
I'm going to Chicago.
Perception
I
survival?
just teleported.
Yes.
There's 3 landmines.
I will
Um,
allow survival.
Thanks, Tubbs.
Both would have been
No,
nice.
all
What
the
is
way
that?
from the airplane, like
perception still, like-
5 miles away. I'm like,
2 successes.
2 successes?
Yes.
That was the difficulty. Yeah, there are a few landmines on the deck as well.
Don't
that's how I
step
die a lot in
there
Fallout
or
is I step
there
on frag
or
mines
there.
got it.
and blow myself up.
Nice and careful, yeah.
Margie, you would also see, stepping forward towards essentially the storage compartment, you would see what looks to be a small crane, possibly with a cable attached to the end of it, that is tied to something off the stern of the ship. You probably don't know anything about boats.
No way. She went through landlocked states from a place
Yeah.
that did not have a lake.
Yep. Okay.
If she saw a rowboat, she'd be like, fascinating, new thing.
Yeah, you've never been on a boat before in your life, probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Margie's like, wow, cool, it floats.
She doesn't even know it floats. It's sitting in ice.
Well, ice is
How would she
around
know?
it. Yep. Yeah, there's just a cable sticking off of the rear of this thing.
Big snowmobile. Does it go into the ice? Does it go into a hole?
It goes into a hole. And it looks like there's a mechanism to raise it. You can
I'm
do
not-
a check to identify what this is. Maybe you read a bunch of nautical books growing up. I don't know.
Sure, what would the check be?
Intelligence. I'm just gonna say survival. Or pilot.
Oh,
Or repair, honestly.
2 successes.
Being very generous.
2 successes. This gives you the slightest idea of, like, an elevator.
Oh,
You have heard, you know there's a submarine. You know what a submarine is.
this is how we get to it. Theoretically.
Or get up. You are in a suit of T60 power armor.
With T-45C arms.
Yep. But power armor is actually equipped to breathe underwater. There is oxygen tanks included as part of power armor.
So I could just jump in.
Correct, you sure could.
I'm gonna deal with Wold first, maybe. Well, I don't know if I can help there.
Do you want me to take care of the wool situation?
Um,
I
Yeah,
hate to
if-
send you down there on your own.
if it's time sensitive, I'll just I'll go and check
It is
out.
time sensitive. This is Lythos, actually.
I'll just go and check it out and
How would you know that?
Because there's a ticking noise. And
Oh.
there's also a metaphorical ticking from the submarine.
I'll go down and you can follow as fast as you can.
I mean, I don't have power armor, Margie. Oh wait, we did have an extra set.
You just
Would I have
left it.
brought it?
I don't think so. You did
That's
not
fair.
mention it.
That's fair. Would I have at least brought it on the plane?
See, because
No.
the thing
You didn't
is,
mention it.
I asked you when we were on the
Margie.
plane if you had power armor, and you said no.
I think you can handle this.
Okay.
You've got this, Margie.
Just
Plot twist: Wold stepped on the grenade on purpose
back.
just so Margie can save him and he'd be like,
Whoa!
can hold you to that.
If I'm not back pretty quick, then maybe Wold can come after, but I'll be careful. I'm just gonna jump off.
Okay. As you jump off the ship, you sink into the cold water below. But you are warm because power armor also has that. You're not going to die of hypothermia. Don't worry.
Nice.
And you sink deeper and deeper into the water. Power armor does also have a very powerful spotlight on the
I
front
was
of
about to ask because I was like, it's gonna get dark really fast.
it. Yeah. And as you sink further, following the cable, you would see that it leads with a small anchor made for weighing down the cable, not the boat, near a slightly shattered pre-war submarine. You can see a breach in the hull, closer to the engine, stern. But other than that, it still looks like it's in remarkably good condition. Have you studied submarines ever before?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but nuclear engines are used to power submarines. So she would have read about the nuclear engines probably and how they relate to submarines. So maybe not like a comprehensive everything about history of submarines or anything, but like
Right.
a
Oh yeah,
here's
those
how.
are those things with reactors on them.
Because
Yeah.
she's studied a lot of those.
Yeah.
So
You would see. Give me just a second. I have to research the history of this thing because I wrote down.
You what?
I did. Not much. Don't worry.
Give me a second to do some quick historical research.
It's not historical.
to
Let's
this
see.
campaign, it is.
Da-da-da-da.
Is it like one of those things that's currently in use in the real world? What you're researching?
No, I'm more trying to remember what happened to this thing.
Oh,
his lore.
It's
Yes,
lore
it's not actual
research.
history. You would see, you would be able to know that the reactor is part of the portion that is close to the breach, and it is definitely flooded. So it looks like the engines and the reactor have been flooded, essentially.
so it super doesn't work.
Correct.
Cool. That said, that's probably the entrance point, I'd imagine, that people would use.
Yeah, you could.
So-
Or you could go through, you would see a door pretty much right next to where the anchor is.
Is it open?
No, but there's like think of it like an airlock on a spaceship. It does need to be closed, and then water needs to be flushed out of it when you close it, and then it's a whole little thing to actually get in. But that also could be a way to actually get in.
Remind me, did I give the chip to Sergeant Corporal? Or did I keep it?
You kept it. You still have that with you.
Then I'm going for the airlock.
All right. We will take just a little break before resuming with that. We will be back at around 7:50. We will see you then. All right, and we're back. We're gonna pick up, not with Margie, probably with Julian. Then we'll go to Chicago.
But let's be real, Margie's the reason we're all here right now.
Well, you need to meet Sisyphus.
Sometimes.
That's why he's saving it for like the cliffhanger
That's
and
fair. That's fair.
Julian,
I will be the filler.
the climax.
you would see the hatch that leads to the. Oh boy, why am I losing my words? What do you call the place where you store stuff on
Storage.
a ship? No.
Cargo bay.
Yes, cargo. There's no storage on a
cargo
boat.
hold.
No.
There's storage in the cargo hold.
What? No. There's cargo in the cargo hold. That's
Well,
like saying there's a
not
bathroom
if
on
it's
here. There's a
empty.
head.
If it's
that?
empty, then there's no cargo in the cargo hold. There's storage for cargo in the cargo hold.
But is it half full or half empty?
Ah, nautical pedantics. All right. You've got a couple of
Really,
options,
Schrodinger's
Julian.
idiots.
You could try and open this hatch,
Schrodinger's idiots.
Julian.
Yeah.
You could open this massive hatch where cranes are supposed to lower cargo in here, or you may go into the ship itself near where the pilot house is. Think of it kind of like not the Mape Shoe, the Ivory Respite. That's the name you settled on.
The Ivory Respite, formerly known as the Mape Shoe.
Correct.
Rename pending.
Yep, that's it. But essentially, there's a way to go into the ship and then into the cargo bay, or you could open this big, long, almost like a hangar door.
I'd rather not open the big door. I'll just go
Okay.
inside and
All right.
watch for more mines.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. I'm gonna use 1 extra point if that's okay.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I should save the. Too late. Okay. Maybe I'll earn it back. It's perception. What?
Survival or explosives.
Survival. That's 3 successes.
Probably the best skill in the game, in my opinion. You can
Yeah.
kind of argue it into everything.
3.
3 successes.
The only
All
reason
right.
I've actually
Yeah,
read
you
the
can
first
see
campaign
quite a
for that
few
one.
trip mines. You even see a laser mine at one point. It doesn't ignite laser. It's a laser tripwire essentially. So there's quite a few mines here. This thing has been absolutely loaded.
Was 3 the difficulty?
What's that?
Was 3 the difficulty?
2 was the difficulty. Get 1 action point back.
Gonna need that again.
Eventually, you would hear someone call down the hallway. Hello.
Hey, smooth skin.
It's your grandma.
She's been smoking
Gramps?
20 Malboros a day.
Please tell me it's not the person who put the explosives on this thing.
No, just one who's managed to not set them off yet.
Oh. You gonna help me or just gonna stand there?
They got Sisyphus too.
Yeah, my friend said there was a single point these were all connected to that I might be able to help disarm.
You found it.
Oh no!
Walking into the cargo hold, you would see, well, a woman in a sunflower themed dress, but with pads all over. So essentially, she is just armored, but is wearing a dress underneath. It's a ghoul.
What's Sisyphus' real name? Do I know from PostCon?
Probably not. She is.
Everybody has the
She's
badges that
kept
have,
that a little.
The fan art of their code name character.
She probably kept that close to her chest. But you would see her kind of like
She had a big rock.
a spider or a fly caught in a spider's web. You would see she has cables all around her. And you can see one of them is attached to a mounted on the wall. You'd see an electronic device attached to a mini nuke. So there's a cable attached to the electronic device, mini nuke, that's connected to her. She has her hands up.
Did you try to disarm it, or is this just on the way?
Would you believe me when I say that I tripped? I was looking for that guy. You would see what looks to be the body of a young woman. Caravaneer outfit, pretty standard wasteland fare. There's a blood trail behind her. She's right next to the bomb. Actually, she's closer to Sisyphus, actually. right in the center of the cargo hold, and that blood trail goes back towards the deck.
What exactly is the situation here, Sisyphus?
You tell me. You sent me here.
We had a tip that there were nuclear weapons involved, that there was a submarine.
That
we
looks like nuclear to me.
didn't
I
know
don't
much
see
more
no
than
submarine.
that. Because it's under the water.
Oh, I don't have a witty retort to that. That's true.
Let's save the witty retorts for after I get you out of this.
That would be
And
nice.
she's gonna go take care of the console. Or at least try.
Okay? It's a very sophisticated piece. It looks to be something that is actually coordinating all of the mines that are on this ship. Sure, there are physical triggers with every single individual one, but it looks like every individual one has been programmed to also detonate every other one on the boat.
Oh.
So, Wold, the mine he is on is directly connected to this one. So yes, diffusing this one would diffuse the mine. But the various other tripwires that are here are connected to individual explosives that can still be stepped on and exploded individually. But right now, if any of those are stepped on, or if Wold decides he wants to do some stretches and lifts his right leg, boom, that's everything.
So this won't even solve the whole problem. This will just solve the biggest, most pressing part of the problem.
Correct. Whoever set this up really didn't want anyone back on this boat.
So any idea why all of this? She's gonna say as she starts working on it.
Well, I was hoping for answers from her, but I guess the answers are at the bottom of the lake. Ugh.
Got someone working on that. Don't worry.
Well, good to see someone in Polis is here. It's
Got your SOS. I wouldn't just leave you.
well, thanks. Maybe I should have mentioned the explosives, and maybe I could have gotten Marion here.
What's Marion's code name? Did we ever-
Demeter, wasn't it, or Demeter?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, yep, it's Demeter.
That makes sense. Explosive personality likes plants.
She's really meant to be a very atypical explosives artist. She was on the plane with us. Would have been so easy. But I remember a little of what she told me about explosives, I guess. I mean, mostly just a weird hodgepodge of gardening metaphors, but it will have to do.
Oh boy.
Something about petunias? She's gonna start working
I've
on
lived
it.
a long and happy life. Don't.
And you've got a
end it.
long and happy life left ahead of you. I can just
Okay.
remember where the daffodils fit in.
All right.
So I'm gonna try and disarm this thing.
Okay. Disarming this will be a difficulty of 4.
Oh gosh.
Explosives.
Intelligence? It makes sense as intelligence.
Thanks.
I will allow intelligence.
At least now you got a 10.
I don't want to drain
You're
all
not
your
gonna-
action points.
You're not
I'll
gonna.
generate more.
You can only get 2 dice, and you're gonna need 2 dice. Unless you bought one.
I'd help if I
Don't
wasn't
bomb
tied
them.
up.
Don't what?
Don't bomb them.
I'll be fine. Don't worry.
Bomb them. Bomb them to the Stone Age.
No.
Oh goodness. Okay.
You bought
When's
an
the
action
last time
point.
we got luck?
You bought an action point.
When's the last time we got luck back?
After Excelsior crashed.
I think you only have one.
I think I may have none.
I think you almost used the last one, and we
Did you use
convinced you
cautious
not
nature?
to.
I do have one, and I have cautious nature.
It's exactly something like this that I was like, don't use the
Please.
last one on this check. Oh, that hurts!
What? No.
Needed a 10, got an 11.
What else can I do here?
I think that's it.
help? Does he have like a
You
manual?
probably should have asked him before you made the check, I think. I'm not going to allow you to do that post-check made.
You didn't get any complications though, right?
And this is not a hacking check, is it?
No.
Because this
it's
is
not.
like a network of.
It is a rather tangible physical network. It's not a computer network.
You know, computer networks are bundles of wires, just very sophisticated ones.
Yes, but those wires transmit electrical information, and these are transmitting tactile information.
Okay.
What
Could
what have
I-
you gotten so far?
3.
Oh.
And the fourth one is an 11, and my threshold is a 10.
Oh.
This is why I'm trying so hard.
It's really, really close.
Okay.
Okay,
Can she use lockpick
could
instead
I
of
use...
explosives?
Honestly, that'd be not the hardest argument to
Really?
say. Well, it's all these things are small little details all locked together in the system, I
That'll
guess.
get me there.
It's your worst.
Do your research.
Skill,
Let me know
too.
if look for all the other alternatives first.
Okay, okay.
You could still possibly live from this.
Sisyphus could help by,
No, I thought about
Could
that.
you-
She's not.
Listen,
Could
even
you
if
use
fail
barter because
this,
she's trying
it
so hard
doesn't
to convince
necessarily
you?
detonate everything because you didn't get a complication, right?
I think it might still detonate everything.
Yeah.
Messing around with a system that blows
Would
everything up,
repair
but
possibly function
unsuccessfully?
since it's similarly mechanical.
Yeah, repair absolutely does function here.
that's a good
This is
one.
a mechanical device.
That would get me to 5.
All right, there you go. Easy peasy. One action point.
It's a good thing you
Should
argued.
have led with that one. I didn't know you had a high repair.
Oh, are you kidding me?
She's got better repair than I do.
Oof.
I've been my
Actually,
entire build for
2 people.
Jules is upping skills and
Yeah.
attributes every time I can.
Yeah, 2 people have better repair than I do.
Okay. Good job. I don't have to roll 20 damage die for you detonating a nuke directly next to you. Yeah.
That would hurt.
You're a
Yes.
kind and beneficent DM, thank you.
Yeah, make sure and ask for assistance on big checks related to bombs in the future.
Yes, I will remember. I'll be good, I promise.
Yes. All right.
I'm
Wait.
I'm defuse this.
Okay.
No. She's like, I defuse this in the middle with her hands in the network. I can't defuse this.
I think I got it wrong. It was never petunias.
It was tulips. It was tulips.
Sisyphus is just standing there. Do you know what you're doing? Am I safe?
I think it's disarmed.
Oh,
Don't step up yet.
okay.
This was connecting all of the other explosives, causing them to trigger each other.
Yeah.
If they were to trigger,
Yeah.
doesn't mean the individual ones are disarmed yet.
Uh-huh.
Let me take a look at that. And she stepped on one, or is there?
She's just in a cable that was all. It's a little comical. It is all one cable that went to the bomb you just defused. She's good.
You should be fine. Need a hand?
I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for defusing that.
Nothing to it.
You don't happen to have any power armor, do you?
Not with me.
Oh,
But we actually better,
defuse the rest of them.
yeah.
Okay. Let's get to it.
All right. Go ahead and roll another check that's going to account for all the mines on the rest of this boat. You rolled a pretty high perception to find them, so I'm not going to make you miss one or anything like that.
Love that.
But I'm going to say it's going to be 3 will get them all, 2 will get most of them, but there might be some hidden that were forgotten or a bit too tough to crack.
Okay.
2 will still get wooled unmined.
And is this just gonna help?
What's that? She can if you ask her to.
All right. Help me with the rest of these. I'll show you how to do it.
Here, I thought I was just gonna supervise.
No
Success.
freeloaders in Polis. Success. 2 actually, because of repair.
Okay, that's 3. That's all of them. This is going to end up taking a very long amount of time, which we will not role play. But Congratulations. Wold is safe. You saw he was rather chill, all things considered.
All right, now just hold still for a little while longer. I think I can. There
I
you
faced
go.
a bum before. This is fine.
All right, you should be good to step up now.
Now toss him off the side like a mother lobster.
That is actually going to take maybe half an hour to an hour to get those all off. So there's quite a bit of time of you in the submarine before you get to that
You
point.
see bubbles coming up from an explosion.
If there's an explosion, you're not going to see anything.
Well, fair enough.
Now,
For the pearly gates.
for those
People
of you
coming
on your way
afterwards
to
will see a lot of
Chicago,
dead fish.
is there any?
Is there any food on the vertebrate? Any snacks or like rations?
Yeah, not that you can find immediately, but Marion would just say, "You're looking for something to eat?
Yes, please.
I think I got something left." And she'd reach into her pack and pull out a Vault-Tec branded ration. There you go.
Thank you. How many hit points is that?
That'll be 4.
Is it like an extra tasty promotional ration?
It is pretty darn good.
They're like, this is how all of them taste, and that's just not true.
Despite all of your negative associations in your head with Vault-Tec, the food was definitely better than most Wasteland food. Is there anything you want those of you on the vertebrate want to talk about or do before you all get to Chicago?
I think Jerry might just talk over the plan with
Yeah,
Tabitha.
Tab's gonna be like, so what's the plan? What are
Okay.
we doing? What am I supposed to do?
I am going to disarm myself completely. I'm going to put on my suit and hat. It's the closest thing I have to black. And I'm going to very respectfully try to just talk it out with him. We don't want to appear menacing or threatening at all. That's what I did last time. It did not go well.
Should I disarm too, or should I be? What if things go south?
Things go south, I'm dead. So we won't let it get to that point.
Should I keep my gun on me or not?
Keep your gun, but be ready
Stay
for them
outside.
to be ready for them to take it away.
Okay.
Stay outside. I don't think they have any beef with you, so. In fact, you were pretty helpful with fighting the Gnosis back when we were working with the mob, so that might buy you a few points. And I think that's it. I'll do the talking. Yeah, just be calm. If things head south, just get back to the Werner Bird, tell them to take off.
Okay.
Can we use the radio or our pit boys to communicate with the vertibird?
Sure can. Yep.
Jerry is going to like type in a message just saying take off, and he's going to leave it unsent so that he can just open it and just tap send.
Okay.
If he needs to in a
Perfect.
pinch.
Yep.
And it's going to let Marion know.
Okay. I appreciate that. We'll make sure and keep everything safe over here.
Is the president on board still?
Yes. Yep. Along with Russo. So 3 people here.
Yep. You just might want to stay in the air or stay away.
Sure thing. Might want to stay a little low though. The Crucible is rather close to Chicago,
That's true.
but I think I should be able to manage that. We'll see if she can manage that. Yes. Yes. That's 3 successes. From 2d20. Not bad. Contested against the Brotherhood. Yeah, 6 and a 20. Yeah. All right. Well, if that's all you wanted to take care of.
I do want to put on my suit and hat and
Okay.
like leave all weapons and stuff behind.
Okay. Sounds good. She would fly you closer. Do you want to be trying to land on Palmer House, where the mob is located? Or do you want to land a little bit of a distance away from it?
Can we hail them and say that we're coming?
You sure can. Yep.
Because I think that might be better than approaching. Because that way we can at least get in communication with leadership, and it's not going to be some grunt on the ground that finds us first.
Right.
And
Yep.
possibly shoots first.
Yeah. This might be one I want to role play. You would use the channel that Frankie had for talking to his brother. Generally speaking, the mob just likes to not use code words, but to be vague about what they're referring to. But you're the one handling them, so you've got the first line.
Mob, this is Frankie's friend. Over.
Ah, Frankie's friend. This is not Barnes talking, of course. Got any news for us?
I do. We're coming in, requesting permission to land near Palmer House.
Oh boy! Wow, rolling out the red carpet. Sure, just land on top of the building. That's where the helipad is. We'll be ready.
Thank you. All right, Marion, be ready to take off in an instant if things go south.
I'll keep the engines warm.
All right, Mr. President, good luck.
Oh, I'm not. Did you want me to go with you?
No, I'm saying.
Oh, I'm
good luck
hiding.
in the air.
Well, make sure and come back though.
I'll try, but I can't make any promises.
I mean, you've already had to say goodbye to one person already. Try your best, of course.
All right, Tabitha, you ready?
All right. As you all would essentially land, you would see there are quite a few goons on the roof.
Goons?
Goons. You've never heard that word? Grunts.
Oh.
Bad
I
guys.
thought we were referencing that with Gnosis, like goons.
No.
Oh, yeah, right. I did call them goons. Right, because
I was
they're
like, Gnosis!
Gnosis goons. No. Mob goons.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
The expected goons.
Yeah, they're not training guns on you, but it's very clear this is new. We haven't seen a giant plane land here before. It's just been a tiny helicopter. What's the deal? What's going on? It's probably about 20 people. You would see Zinnia there on the roof.
Excuse me, I'd like to speak with Barnes.
You just request permission to land right in the middle of Chicago. And you want to have a word with the boss?
It's important. Regarding his
Well,
brother.
I guess it would have to be, considering I got you here. Where's Frankie?
That's what I'm here to tell the boss about.
Whoa.
And I figured I owed him the courtesy of doing this in person.
Roll a persuasion check. Yes, you may apply Lady Killer.
He's like, I need to talk about dead Frankie.
What's the difficulty on this check?
I will say difficulty is 2. It's not too hard.
So you're single.
She's like, it's my boyfriend's dead, but you know, I swing those lights.
I'm single now.
Okay, 5 successes.
3 action points back.
Way to build up that pool.
You weren't kidding about getting some more action points from Margie. Good job. Oh. Okay, yeah, you got it. You don't have a rocket launcher on you, do you? No.
Let me check my pockets. No.
Come on. And she would lead the way, and she'd point to just a couple of guards to go with you all. Genuinely, just a couple. Both armed with shotguns, just in case. But she would lead you down a couple of floors to the executive floor, where Barnes is located. Zinnia would knock on the door. Boss, well, you know who it is. Barnes is going to open the door and you see him. Same outfit as always. He hasn't really changed. You got a lot of nerve showing your head around here.
Can I come in?
He looks at Zinnia and she nods. Fine. And he gestures to you to go in.
He's gonna walk into the office.
The guards would go in as well.
Where's Frankie? Why are you the one bearing the news? I haven't heard any radio updates in too long.
You might want to sit down.
I'm not the kind of man that sits down.
All right, then. Well, the Brotherhood caught wind of what we were doing, followed us. Cortland switched out with his son. Not sure how involved he was, but we were betrayed and Frankie is dead. That's why I have the nerve. Thought I owed you the courtesy of telling you myself, like Frankie would have wanted.
Roll a quick persuasion check. Hidden difficulty.
Definitely use one.
I'm going to re-roll this one with my formal hat. That is 5 successes.
You get 1 action point back. Difficulty was 4.
The Brotherhood.
Frankie died. Well, the Excelsior was going down. Everyone else ran to the crash chamber to try to survive the crash, but Frankie decided to go and try to fix the power source so that we wouldn't all die. And to that end, I'd say he was largely successful. Here, you pull out the picture of Frankie and Barnes at Frankie's place. He would have wanted you to have this.
He just rips that from your hands. Just crumples it up into a ball and tosses it at the wall. You see him just put his hands on his hips and just go back towards that wall and just punch a hole straight into it.
I'm gonna take it that he doesn't handle his emotions.
You'd see him just shuffle around the room, pacing around.
Stupid dream. Tried to talk sense into him. He didn't learn. Is the guy that killed him dead?
Yes.
You said he was Brotherhood.
Yes. Listen, I know the Brotherhood's besieged what's left of the Enclave up there. Excelsior went down, and most people survived the crash, but they're under siege. The Brotherhood is on the brink of seizing Excelsior.
That thing is still crashed and it's fine.
The systems on board are fine enough for the Brotherhood to get back in the air. And I could appeal and try to say, go avenge your brother, but regardless of whether you want to do that, I know you're a practical man. Right now we have a bit of a stalemate with the Brotherhood between you, the mob, and the Brotherhood. If the Brotherhood gets a hold of Project Excelsior, the whole balance of power in the Midwest is shifted. If they wanted to encroach on your territory, they could. They will use it as a weapon.
I'm all for stopping them. What happened to his stuff?
We have what's left of it on the vertibird. I do have this. He's gonna offer him like the flower. This was from his that he wore around his coat.
He's just going to take that.
I appreciate the courtesy. Took a lot of guts to be the one to deliver that message.
Frankie meant a lot to me. I wanted to be the one to do it. I don't know if this is any consolation, but Frankie never stopped believing in me, even when I did. And I know he never stopped believing in you.
Believing in me to do what? He wanted me to become a burger flipper.
Believing in you to care. To care about him. Care about his dreams. Even if you didn't want to pursue them, I know that deep down you still wanted to see him happy.
You're not wrong there. Of course I'll do anything to keep the Brotherhood from getting that. But because of what just happened, I don't know if I can trust the relationship that we have established so far.
What happened? I mean, we know
Your
about
pie in the sky dream got
Yeah.
shot out of the sky. I still believe in its use. But if we're gonna be the ones that save you all, we're gonna need influence over it. Not asking to own the darn thing.
Of course, and I've actually been working to try to convince them to let more of the wasteland in on the decision-making process in this. So far, I've gotten them to agree to hold sort of a wasteland-wide conference where all the major factions can send representatives and hash things out.
I'm not asking for a seat at the table. I'm asking for oversight. Not you all hatched this plan. I'm not going to try to come off as nope, it's mine now. But we've let those idealists handle things for a bit too long now.
Listen, I know about the nuke that you sent with Frankie. In his defense,
Where is it?
It's back at the base. We found it. He didn't tell us about it. He's just not very good at lying.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand. I'm not particularly fond of the Enclave, or I don't particularly trust them myself. That's kind of why I'm along on this whole thing. Just try to keep an eye on them, keep them in check. What are you asking for specifically, concretely?
Maybe me, maybe someone else. Someone in the syndicate needs to be on board that thing. And of course, any staff necessary to support that person, just so that they don't go up and everybody just slaughters them.
What would their role be? Control or oversight?
Oversight.
So just
We
kind
don't
of,
have anyone who fits the bill of a weathered person.
Do you know who it would be? It's going to be a tough sell for me to sell to the president, so
Oh.
yeah.
Zinnia.
Zinnia.
Ideally, I'd say Al, but thankfully, well, you and Frankie dealt with that problem.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do on that front. At the very least, I would keep an eye on them.
This isn't a you say I'll see what I can do and I provide the help. This is a you provide an answer and I provide the help. And if that answer happens to be no, no help. Now get out of here.
All right. And again, my condolences.
He's just gonna walk away.
All right, we're gonna get up and leave.
Okay. No one's stopping you. Zinnia would be waiting outside and would attempt to escort you back to the roof. If that's okay with you.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna fight her.
Okay, all right,
I
yeah.
thought you meant attempt, like, why?
No, I didn't think there was a why, but I want to give you the option if you had some secret plan, like, I'm going to infiltrate the lab again. Now that he's
No.
grieving.
He pulls off his mask. I'm actually Pete again.
Oh!
Alone.
All right.
Go back to the helicopter, or the vertebrate, reconvene with the president.
How did it go in there?
Well,
You're alive.
I think
Yep,
it went
there's-
better than I expected.
could have gone better, but so I'll just cut to the chase. He said he's willing to help, but there's certain conditions he wants.
Well, we
Regarding
gave him
Excelsior.
conditions. We put him in power for a reason.
Well, he said he wants, since he's going to be pulling us out of the fire, he wants a little more influence, or at least oversight over Project Excelsior.
Of course he does.
The,
He's the
speci-
mob.
the specific request he had was that his person, Zinnia, the woman that greeted us on the pad, she'd be allowed to remain on Excelsior after this is all over, in order to report to him everything that's going on.
One
Uh,
person? That sounds doable. We can definitely fit one more.
He also wanted to ensure that possibly a couple more staff, just to make sure that we don't kill her.
I was going to propose just cloning her and calling it a day.
What if I propose that and we offer to let them keep the body? Like the real, original body?
That would involve giving the mob access to our laboratory, and not that I think they could understand the intricacies of cloning, but I don't like the idea of the mob having our laboratory.
Because, I mean, if we cloned her, then that wouldn't really help them. Because we'd still have her other body.
I was saying we clone her and then kill the original. Replace her.
It's sneaky, and you know how I like sneaky, but I don't know if we can pull that over Barnes because he knows about it.
That's true. All right.
It's your call, but unless you can get other help from somewhere else, this might be your only option, and I think he knows that. Polis might be able to help, but I don't know if they can provide the numbers we'll need.
We're going to say yes. We're going to do anything we can to get help, and this most definitely is going to become a later problem. But I'd much rather deal with that problem with my people safe than with them in danger.
Do you want me to take specific terms to him, or do you want to do that yourself?
How did he respond to his brother's death?
Well, he punched a hole in the wall, so he's not taking it very well.
Well, it's better than not doing anything at all.
Just be careful. I don't know if he would blame us for his death or not.
Is that the perception that you had of that meeting? Do you think he was
He's
blaming us?
He's angry with the Brotherhood, and he talked a bit about how Frankie never learned, but he calls us idealists, or you guys, and he's a little bit, I think, irritated with the so-called idealism and lack of pragmatism he sees from you.
He's an organized crime. Anyone but him, or anyone outside of that, is an idealist to him.
And these are his words, not mine. I'm just conveying what I interpreted.
I'm going to talk with him. I would appreciate some backup.
Yeah, well, welcome.
All right. With that, we will move over to Margie.
I'm at the bottom
Marginal.
of the ocean.
Yep.
Margarine.
So, did you make a decision on whether you want to go through the wrecked portion of the submarine, the Corinthian, or through the conning tower, the airlock?
Through the airlock.
Okay. In power armor, it's really easy to just unscrew the top of it, lift it open. It's filled with water.
Yeah.
You get in. Go ahead and do a quick repair check. Difficulty of 2. You've never used a water lock before. Intelligence repair.
You're pretty good at that.
2 successes.
Okay, that'll cut it. Yeah. Things are labeled. Flood. Empty. That sort of thing. So, you seal the top door. You start draining the chamber that you're in. Once that's drained, you're good to go in
Nice.
to the bottom.
I shall enter.
Go ahead and roll a perception survival check, please. Landmine. No.
It's only 1 success.
Darn, I thought
One
we got
success.
them all.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a guy. He's about to kill me.
You head down the ladder.
His name is Land, last name Mine.
Hey, the Mines are a proud family. You step down and your feet press against the metal grate of the flooring of the submarine. It's quiet. You're not on landmine, don't worry.
Well, that's just great.
Boo! Okay, that was not bad. You would see it's pretty dark in here. Not completely dark, surprisingly. Your headlamp is illuminating pretty much everything in this vessel right now. But as you go down the ladder, you would see essentially the room directly in front of you all. You.
All of me.
All of you. Hive mind.
You guys didn't know I was a hive mind.
You were the hive mind all along. It was never Pip.
Yeah. The town is actually one big hive mind, and it's sending out feelers to try to control the entire world. It
That
hasn't
would have
done.
been gutsy.
It did this once before with her father, but somehow that branch got disconnected, so she has to find him, see why he got disconnected, and see if she can succeed where he failed. It's the real problem in this campaign. It had
I'd
nothing
see
to do
that.
with the weather.
That sounds fun.
You would see in this control room, you said you got one.
Yes.
You would see one terminal online. Looks to be something salvaged. It's not necessarily incorporated in the rest of the computer systems of the submarine, most of which are beyond disrepair. But it looks like someone brought this terminal down to the submarine. Probably in a watertight container, of course.
And it's on?
Mm-hmm.
What's it on? What page is it on?
Yeah. So,
Here's my suspicious plan.
walking up to the terminal, you would look on the page, and right now you don't see anything on it. It's blank, very much so as if someone was like, "Oh, someone's coming," Ba-doop, and like X'd out a page or something like that.
I go to their search history.
And as soon as you see that there's just a blank page in this terminal, you feel something cold at the base of your skull, right in between where your power armor meets the torso armor. Someone's holding a gun directly on your neck.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello? It's like the little girl with the water poured on her face. Hello?
Yeah.
It's an all-time favorite short video.
That is a solid
That
one.
Hello.
Hello?
Who are you?
There's a voice that sounds like it's coming through power armor.
I'm Margie. Who are you?
Margie who?
Margie Shelton?
You hear the cock of a hammer.
Bull crap, what's your name?
What's your name?
I asked you a question and I'm the one with the gun. What's your real name?
I answered. Are you Holiday?
here?
Because I heard that there was some difficulty here. I came to help.
Help with what?
Help the people who are having difficulty.
Who are the people with difficulty? Holiday? Are you one of his?
I'm not one of his. Are you?
Absolutely not.
So what's your name? And who are you with?
Conrad. I'm with myself.
So you don't have anyone else here?
That sounds like the kind of question that someone would ask before deciding to try to fight back. I want you to take the helmet off.
There's another helmet underneath.
Okay. Take that one off too.
She's a rusty
You
nesting doll.
probably don't want me to do that.
Try me.
I will take both helmets off.
Okay. He's wearing power armor. He's fine.
And I'm gonna give him some like bombastic side eye, like happy.
What?
As you turn around, you see it's not wearing power armor you've ever seen before. It looks Western. It's much slimmer.
I hate
than
the
tank that you're in
westernization of
right now.
power armor.
He's wearing like a duster, a wet duster, and
On top
just
of his
a
power
thick
armor.
chest piece that just says LAPD Riot on it.
Okay. Interesting.
It's scavenged. That was just on it always. You would see he has two bright red eyes. The goggles, not his actual eyes. It's a power armor helmet with like a military helmet at the top of it. He's still holding a revolver right at your head, which is now unmasked.
Can I put them back on?
Where did you hear that name?
Up on the surface?
Why did you say that name?
What town?
A couple of different towns. I first heard of the group.
No,
Kind of
not
west of here?
Holiday.
Who?
Margie Shelton.
What do you mean? Where did I hear
Where
it?
did you hear that name first?
From Marie Shelton? If you knew her, she probably had a different name when you knew her.
You see him just back up, and there are chairs in this room.
Holy crap. Margie. I'm not Conrad, that's not my name. It's so good to see you.
And he's going to holster the gun and go for a hug.
Okay.
He's moving too fast
Damn
here.
it, Shelton.
I'm gonna like kind of awkwardly
Fall
hug him
Shelton.
back. Say,
Oh, yeah, she's like,
so I assume that you're my father?
Yeah. Yeah. Bostrom. That's your last name. I'm Sid Bostrom. What are you doing here?
Well, there's nuclear weapons.
You are astonishingly well caught up. What? I see you left Cooney, of course, but what exactly happened after that?
I joined a group that's trying to control the weather, and
What?
I also met a group that's trying to control the nuclear weapons here.
Yeah. The followers, the Crimson followers.
They don't seem to be all together anymore.
No. They broke up.
Like a boy band.
It's just a big boy band. There were women there too.
Yes.
It's a boy band, but there's also women in it. Some people call it a band, but they still call it a boy band.
More of a boy band in spirit.
Yeah.
It's like a boy band.
Shirt.
That's so fun.
Wow.
Debating
What?
having, like,
How's your brother? How's your mom?
Dead.
It's an odd question to ask for clarification, but who are you referring to? James or Marie?
Both.
Yes.
Did something happen to Cooney?
No. I think everyone's fine. They kicked me out.
That's right. They do that. It's just like I told you. You don't owe them an iota of anything. It's good to see you left.
Why did you leave?
Well,
What alcohol was available in Cooney? I know you have an answer to this.
Let's see. So they had beer, they had,
That's good enough for me.
I think, whiskey,
Yeah,
they
that
had
checks out.
vodka, they had several.
Okay.
They had wine, and they also had brandy.
Okay.
They had a lot of alcohol.
too many beers and an argument with your grandfather.
And you just left?
I killed him. It was unintentional, but we were talking about the town's isolation. He was a traditionalist.
And you thought that we should open up?
Yes, absolutely. We should be sending more than just errant merchants. I wanted to see the world. And now you have.
It's a lot different out here.
Things are bad.
For all the flaws, I think the isolation did help them.
Margie, they kicked you out. Probably because of the ghoulification, right? They're closed-minded.
I know.
You did the right thing.
Are you fighting the other people here?
The Crimson Followers? Yeah. Their leader, Holiday, tried to kill me. He left me for dead in San Diego.
Were you part of them at that point?
No, I was a ranger. He was part of a different organization also called the Followers. We were both just like-minded people trying to make a difference. But what was once just desert patrols in Nevada and a little bit in New Mexico, I just turned around to fight in a war where we weren't winning. Have you heard of the Brotherhood of Steel?
Yes.
She's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Unfortunately.
Understatement of the century.
Those bunker rats. We thought we dealt with them, but the moment there's just a little bit of economic collapse in the NCR, it just go nuts, and everybody flocks to them. They were vying for control of the entire West.
I think they're trying to do something like that here.
That's right. And I'm here to put a stop to that.
The Brotherhood?
That's right. All of them.
That's kind of what we're trying to do right now.
You're trying to stop the Brotherhood?
Yeah, they're trying to, well, maybe kill a lot of people or destroy a big airship.
Well, destroy sounds like their playbook. Well, Margie, I'm so glad I have the privilege of sharing this moment with you. That's gonna stop today.
The Brotherhood?
That's right.
There's a lot of them.
Look at me. Or look at this. We're gonna go back to the terminal. It's gonna open up another page. It was just hidden, so you could have easily accessed it. You would
Margie's
see.
like, I don't know how to work this thing, and he's like, you click the icon. I minimized it. She's like, I'm into books. They don't do that.
And he would bring up a screen that has a dozen circles on it, each with information written on it. Those informations are the informations. Information is very clearly depicting missile. Missile.
Now this one's just to break the ice, don't worry.
You see him pull out an ID card, similar to the one that you have with Lieutenant Commander Blakely. He's going to insert it into the terminal, type a few keystrokes, and you just see one of those circles light up.
Did you just send that?
Oh, it's just breaking the ice. We gotta launch the rest of them.
Launch?
Literally.
Launch.
Figuratively.
Where?
Everywhere. California. The Crucible. A little bit in Massachusetts for some reason.
So
We're not gonna have to worry about the Brotherhood anymore. And people like you don't have to be afraid.
This would probably be when you finally free Wold. You would just see, boom, ice scatter over the horizon as a large hole has been made in the ice. It's very clearly not from a submarine though. It's something hitting the ice.
Like
It was not a nuke. Don't worry.
You said you knew what was going on down there. Is that a good sign or a bad one?
I only know who was down there. And who is down there right now is...
The right people are there, I think. I'd go if I could.
I don't know what he means by that.
Well, I know you just finished that, but do you mind if I borrow it?
Oh, I don't think this is a question I can answer without Jacob being here, unfortunately. I know this armor is something kind of significant to his character. He probably would say yes, but I don't feel comfortable giving an answer on that, unfortunately.
How do you expect us to proceed? On the surface, not Margie.
Oh, it's like a meta conversation?
Well, I just mean like unless you want us to send someone down.
You don't have to send anyone down. This is the event that I talked a little bit about of Margie's facing this on her own.
Because he's about to hit the button.
So okay,
So
I guess I
technically
would
there
try
wouldn't
to
be
hail
time.
Margie and wouldn't be able to.
Correct.
So
These are 11 nuclear warheads.
so the others are they here?
Holiday and one of his sycophants is. Yeah.
Are they just further down there, or are you worried about them coming in?
You don't have to be worried about them.
You sure?
They're fine.
Are they tied up or something?
Yes, they're tied up and gagged. But they're just trying to stop this for no good reason other than we can't do the same things that started this whole problem.
I don't think that's the problem at all.
The Brotherhood is the problem. They've been a roach ever since the war began. Making problem more than they ever solve them.
Not just a roach, a rad roach.
But have you ever met one?
A Brotherhood member? Yeah. Killed quite a few. But I've met prisoners and I've heard their propaganda.
Right. And you think that it's good to kill them all?
We've tried doing this the easy way, but their ideology just persists. Despite every effort we've had to just rope them into the fold of civilization and not medieval savagery and religious zealotry. Right now, they're screwing over California completely. People I know and care about. They've killed our brothers and sisters. That's not literal. I used to be like Holiday. A little bit more of a idealist. But that's just not the world that we live in. Ideally, I'm not nuking the entire Brotherhood. But I think a better ideal is them not being here at all. It'll be quick. And the worst thing, if they manage to survive, they'll probably become ghouls, and it'll be rather ironic.
I could actually do that without the bombs.
I mean, you walked up the mountain, right? That's how you turned into a ghoul, was the...
I got
You
out
did
of
this
that.
willingly? Huh. I'll
I
butter
think-
my butt and call me a biscuit. Huh.
I think the machine might still be there.
You just have a ghoulification machine. Well, I'm proud of you for becoming a mechanic, I guess. Are you happy about it?
If it helps me help people, then yeah.
Well, then I am proud of you. Anyways, I think that machine is beside the question right now.
This does seem like a bigger problem.
Mm-hmm. But now that problem is going to be over.
Could you hold off?
For what? You got an
I-
appointment?
No, I'm just not. It's kind of sudden. I didn't know that was the plan.
No, that's true up, but haven't really been telling everybody I have a plan to wipe out the Brotherhood.
Well, how does it work? How does the ship work?
Well, it launches these missiles through the ocean first, and then once they, I don't remember the sciencey word for it, but once they exit the surface, their rockets kick on. They go into a suborbital trajectory. It's a MIRV missile. It's got 6 warheads per missile. Those separate in that suborbital trajectory. They spread out over a very specific area that I have programmed, and they deliver a crippling blow to the Brotherhood,
How did you program them where to go?
based off of Brotherhood territory.
Right. But can I see it? I I just want to be sure it's not going to hurt other people.
That's noble. Yeah. He's going to bring up a map, and you would see it is as he said. Just a little bit in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Most of them are here in the Midwest. Along that strip from the Crucible, Gary, Indiana, to around Youngstown, Ohio. That Rust Belt strip right there, which is where the Brotherhood has kind of been building its empire a little bit. None of them are going for Sawyer Air Force Base, though.
So how long would it probably take to program these things?
You could do it comically simply. It wouldn't take that much time to do so.
Like in the range of seconds or minutes?
A minute to reprogram one. I almost called it a mervlet. One of the warheads to go to a
Mervlet.
different location. Did I miss a spot, or am I? I mean, I've done my research on this. I don't want to drop a nuke on an errant location, but
Is the fallout or anything going to go places it shouldn't?
that's something I can't necessarily predict for. But I do think that the Wasteland is prepared for dealing with that sort of thing now.
Well, some of them.
I'd say most of them with their heads screwed on, right?
Couldn't you warn the other people?
Margie, I've had my fair share of warning. I need to get this done, or else more people are going to die. The moment you start broadcasting your intentions, someone like Holiday or that kid with them are going to stop you.
Well, if the goal is keeping people from dying, this is not the best way.
The goal in the long run is to keep people from dying. The goal for right now is to kill people. I'm not trying to argue my way out of that. I know this is probably going to kill a few 100,000 people. Mostly Brotherhood members, or people that are far too close to them. You would see on that map, you've been keeping track of where you all have been. It's not labeled on the map because this is pre-war software, but you do see the radius of an explosion does cover a small town, Tato Creek, Brotherhood territory.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, because the Brotherhood's occupying it.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob comes back. So we nuked pigs.
Do you regret killing him? If it
Killing who?
brought you here, if it's the reason you left, do you regret killing him, my grandpa?
No. He was keeping me from a good thing. The whole town was.
Did you ever try to convince anyone else?
I did. I was known for it. That conversation was your grandfather trying to talk me down, to say I was creating problems, and that it wouldn't stay that way. It was a threat. Just like Holiday. Wasn't for that robot, I'd still be dead.
What robot?
Some random purple assaultron.
Lithos?
You know a purple assaultron? No, this just random robot just gave me a stim pack and ran away.
It's what he does.
Well, he saved my life.
He's, up there.
Well, isn't this just a day of coincidences? I'll have to thank him for it once my business is done here. Once my business is done.
Is there a notable way to shut the missiles off or do something like that?
Destroy the terminal. You
And-
are in power armor right now.
Does everything else seem broken enough that it would prevent him from doing anything if I did that?
At least for a couple hours, at least. He could repair the terminal. He could
Okay.
always try again, but he's worked hard to get to this point, and
I think things like that, a robot that just helps people stay alive without worrying about what they're gonna do. I think that's nice
I'd agree.
because
you have a point there, Margie? Short for Margaret, right? Or is it just Margie?
it's just Margie.
Margie? Yeah, I thought so.
Something I learned back in Cooney, and something that keeps being brought back up, is that it's really, really easy to kill someone, and you can't ever bring them back. The only way to keep them from being dead is to prevent it from happening in the first place. And I'm gonna smash the terminal.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a strength melee weapons check. Your strength is 11 because you're in power armor.
I don't think I have melee weapons.
Difficulty of 1.
Oh,
You're in
I'm scared
power
of it.
armor.
Might want to save, or yeah, at least farm a little bit in case you have to fight.
That is only one.
No, Margie, what are you? Do you know how long I worked on that?
I know how long you've been out of Cooney.
Why? Why are you siding with them?
With people,
With the Brotherhood?
they're just people.
They're people that kill the rest of us, that are jeopardizing your weather or whatever.
So are you.
And he's going to reach for his gun. Are you doing any? Are you going to initiate combat? You don't know if he is necessarily doing this to shoot you or threaten you. Right now, you just see him very quickly reaching for his gun. He did walk away a little bit. No, he gave you a hug. He's close.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna try to grab his hand to prevent him from grabbing it.
Okay. To do that would require an initiative check. But unfortunately, we will end the session for this week. That's right. Classic cliffhanger. Arm wrestling your dad. Just Margie, thanks. Thank you for joining us. We will see you all next week.